the player to beat, and we're getting straight right into it here with top 16 winner side. Here it is.
And playing one of the best characters in the game, too. You're going to see some absolutely wild Carl shenanigans. We are already in the corner. DGF is going to have to block for his life. This is not a great way to start.
Absolutely not. xcaliburbladez, once he's able to get that corner control with Carl, then it's just his zone to play with here. Oh my god, the cross-up coming through. DGF not going to block that one. Carl can be so impressive, but here's the thing. If you're DGF, you just want to get started on your offense because Carl has a very weak defense, does not really have access to much in terms of a reversal. So trying to put him on defense is going to be key, but trying to put him on defense in the first place, as you can see, is proving to be very difficult because that puppet always on the screen is going to be this big, omniscient, looming threat that still acts even despite xcaliburbladez being hit.
Finally getting in and getting a single hit here. Oh no, doesn't confirm off the double two-way. Gonna land a throw, which is gonna be a little extra damage, but DGF has a long road to go for, and you see xcaliburbladez just holding the burst so far, not really too eager to waste that.
Yeah, and as Terumi here, you really thrive with the snowball. You build so much meter over time, you do so much damage, but trying to stay in can be so difficult with this character. He is extremely fast, but the problem is, you know, if xcaliburbladez is representing that barrier gauge a lot, then DGF has to make a lot of risks to try and keep that pressure going because he lacks really strong, long-reaching lows that can continue to pressure xcaliburbladez from afar.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of risk-taking for sure. Terumi on the lower side of the tier list, especially when being compared to Carl here.
Top one
going to
versus
see a lot of
bottom one,
mids.
am I right?
Yeah, that's honestly, you know, kind of hard to argue with that at this point. That being said, DGF has finally got something rolling here in round 2. Got the burst back after an early spend. There's the crush trigger. We got the guard break. We're going to get a little damage out of that. All right.
Yeah, in terms of Terumi players, there's no one that doesn't like DGF, and DGF right now looks like it's trying to take this round, but that's going to be a very good OD there on a DGF throw attempt as we're going to side swap and put DGF into the corner. Fireball going to connect as we get another cash out, and suddenly DGF back down to even footing here against xcaliburbladez, but can we really call that even footing with your back up against the wall, and xcaliburbladez with a full stick of butter at his disposal. Burst finally coming out for DGF, but too little too late.
Yeah, that was a hard spot, right? You kind of needed to at least try to burst right there because that was absolutely the round otherwise, but DGF, man, you had so much work to do in a bad neutral spot. I'm pretty sure xcaliburbladez had plenty of doll meter too, so I was just an overall a rough spot. Game 1 going to xcaliburbladez, only needs one more to punch that ticket for top 8, so I believe we are going to be seeing the first 3 at least rounds of winner's side. All 3 of those matchups, you only need 1 round to make it to top 8. So xcaliburbladez, 1 away. What do we got?
There's the round start going to happen right there. DGF going to go for that backdash, play things safe, trying to look for his opportunity, but there's the doll clap catching DGF, and that's going to be an instantaneous burst coming from him, so we do not lose that momentum early on.
Yeah, ODing right through the, okay. DGF actually recovered quick enough to get out of there. xcaliburbladez recognized and didn't overcommit. Very smart.
What a confirm, but unfortunately wasn't able to get too much off after those 2 hits, but is now in the driver's seat over at xcaliburbladez, going to open him up, and we're going to stomp on him here in the corner, building up so much meter. Look at the bottom right of the screen as that meter starts to build up over time. There's the tech, and now DGF has to be pushed back to mid-screen, but xcaliburbladez not able to regain control of the situation, and he's still stuck in this corner.
Check this barrier gauge, though. This is going down with the quickness. xcaliburbladez has to be very careful, and it's going to be neutral jump falling buttons. We're going to get a side switch. Thank you. Hard knockdown. Where's the doll setup? Oh, you are guessing, my friend. All right, we guess right. Not that time. Unfortunately, you can only guess right for so long. xcaliburbladez. Oh my god, look at that. Was that a reset? No, you just got reset, bro? Oh no, we got the meter now. You got enough to kill?
I think we do.
Yes,
oh
yeah,
2. Super, yep.
2 supers, of course.
Oh,
and it's still not enough. Oh my goodness, holding on by a sliver here. Air dash buttons, easy money. xcaliburbladez with the confidence pulling up.
Absolutely, the confidence and the carefulness from him as well. You can tell he's not really overextending here against DGF. You can see him playing very patient here on defense, not pressing when he doesn't have to, until DGF starts representing more than just mids.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of the Terumi game plan, right? Like, oh, no! Big whiff on the anti-air right there. Great hit, great button with head involved, but not going to work. Doesn't have that much horizontal range, unfortunately. And xcaliburbladez very much back in the driver's seat right here. Running at a doll meter, you gotta find a hit. Okay, there's the overdrive. Try to get some of that doll meter back.
I like the patience from DGF, but at some point you have to find a way to get out, because the longer you block, the more time Excalibur has to set up an unblockable in your face. There's the super going to come out, gain the increased damage from the OD, and now we're going to keep DGF locked in the corner with the doll vault. 100 meter in the tank. We should be able to get this close out really soon here. That Carl portrait is flashing. Astral is on deck. DGF is low on those resources here with that barrier gauge, low on health. Super comes out to lock him out and chip out that barrier gauge even more. Valkyrie Koji 2-1, but still now, I guess Quetzalgoatl really is one of the final Floridians here to defend the state. And you know what? If there's anyone to put your trust in, it is Quetzalgoatl. He's been getting better and better, and you see his breakout performance at Taku last year and Frosty's this year. And I'm excited to see his performance here against Kobe, like you said, one of the strongest players here in North America.
There it is, air dash in, covered by the nails. That is one of the bank specials. D-normal whiffing, and that is going to let Quetz get quite the opening here. Able to check the roll, but does not get a full conversion. That might be a bit of a problem for you, Quetz.
Yeah, and this is perfect here for Quetzalgoatl right now. We have the DP and we have the spin. These are the two specials he wanted to unlock right now, but now he's looking for the Grand Viper and possibly the sword as well. Quetzalgoatl whipping that 2C, but okay. We're so good, we're so good. Kobe not able to get that punish.
Can you see that better? Is that okay, good. All right. Kobe had a little bit of a life deficit right here, and there's the fly swatter coming down. Quetz should be able to contest in the corner. Same thing. Kobe whiffs the 2D right there. Quetz is ready to punish. Really crossing Kobe up with those cross-ups, bro.
Yeah, and now you're really seeing here the inherent risk that comes to whipping those D-normals for Bang here. But we're setting up the nail, we're going to go for the throw. We only have one nail left and now 0 nails left in the tank. But all 4 seals unlocked. We still might be good. Quetzalgoatl going for the counter assault, but there's the air thumb from Kobe to finish it off.
Kobe just said, I'm actually that guy. Sorry, bro. Oh my goodness. And if you ask him, he'll tell you too. He ain't shy about it. That's what we love the confidence here, that's for sure. Got to back it up, and again, whipping the 2D. Quetz is going to the corner. Let's see, we got the ball, we got the spin to win. Buff up, son.
Just can't keep having these whip 2Ds, but Kobe doesn't have to whip any of the 2Ds here now that we have Quetzalgoatl stuck in the corner. So Quetzalgoatl does have the spin, does have the orb, which could be very useful here against the nails. Popping that OG, but still having to block this out using the 50 meter for the counter assault, rushing in with the 2A, 2B, 5C orb, and there's a 6B getting blocked here by Kobe as we're trying to make something out of here. 2C orb once again to stay safe, but Kobe's able to beat his way out and toss out those nails.
Jesus, it's just actions per minute on both sides. Kobe's doing a really good job of catching Quetz pressing on defense, but Quetz is playing neutral a lot better than I would have given him credit for, to be perfectly honest. Like, bro came ready to play.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and Susanoo, you really have to, because if you're unable to get things started like you're seeing right here, then you can see how Susanoo really struggles to make an impact on the game. Specifically, not having that DP available to play defense made it so much harder. And DP is good for a multitude of reasons, because it's very big, it's very active, but also it's a projectile-based DP, so that is going to be pairing very well into options like the nails on Wake Up.
Absolutely. You still have to play defense, though. Oh, especially on round start, and there it is. Gets the counter. Instant spend on the burst for Quetz. Good IBs on the 6B. Okay. Fatal counter from Killakobes. What do you think? We got to get, no, okay. Just the 1 seal so far.
And this got to hurt with that poison nail. It's going to be doing a lot more damage than the damage counter on the right is actually saying. Kobe going to get that guard crush on Quetzalgoatl, not able to stay alive here for much longer into this round. Kobe with a monumental lead, going to get his 4th seal and sets up the nail umbrella. Tries to go for the DP, but there's nothing that DP could have done in that situation.
That's a bang round right there, straight up. You tried everything you could, and it whiffed at every opportunity. Kobe was just a step ahead at every turn.
Despite these mistakes from Kobe, the fact that he's able to consistently force these scrambles and winning these scrambles
that's a punish,
is part
bro.
of what makes him so strong. OD comes through. This should be all 4 seals unlocked right immediately for Kobe, and that's going to be juicing the amount of damage Kobe's going to be getting off of this confirmed.
Yeah, this is like optimal start for Kobe right here. It has to do overdrive right back. Quet's actually ready for the counter poke. Should be able to stack a little more damage. DP unlocked. You get ball here too. Yup. Thank you. Reset. No, he's out, dude. You gotta get your meaties on deck, bro. Hard knockdown and meaty when dealing with Killakobes. This man is so slippery.
I see Quetzalgoatl with that God Press unlocked. Those God Presses are always intentional. He's going to look for that at some point in this round. Kobe does not continually get hit on these meaties. 5A, 2A, 2A, 5C, 6B, RC, Pro. Kobe techs it out, tosses out some nails, and Quetzalgoatl is sent back to neutral here. Tech once again. Kobe still keeping control of this neutral space as we have 100 meter on deck to go for this neutral skip.
That's 100 meter not wasted, used on RC right here. It's overdrive activation. This is exactly what we need. You see that animation. You don't even have to look at the seals. You know they're all unlocked. We're moving everywhere.
Yeah, you get that omnidirectional movement to just fly all around the screen. We saw that right there. We've become like a bit of an open world game. The air throw coming through. Catching Quetzalcoatl out. Kobe wins the 50 meter, but we can't get the kill. We drop the combo. Quetzalcoatl still alive.
Has 50 right here. Kobe still has a big chance. Actually has the life lead and can afford to just use this movement. Misses the command throw super. It's a 2A. It goes through, but the anti-air actually able to get it. Quetzalcoatl winning the scramble in the very last seconds of that round. We are still alive. Kobe on set point, but Quetz holding on by a thread here.
All right, JA coming through. Quetzalcoatl going to block that 2D, and there's the 3C counter hit here on Kobe, trying to take advantage of that airspace. Sand kick in his face. Oh, but that's a big whip for Quetzalcoatl.
Kobe has IB'd every single 6B that Quetzal's thrown at him. Every single one. That second hit, that is like the entry-level defense of what you need to do, and he has nailed that every time. 4 seals coming out. We got 50 meter. We are about to get overdrive back. That throw almost going to guarantee it. TK nails. Is this enough? No, we are going to spend the burst. Quetz is out at a massive life deficit, and that's all she wrote, brother. Killakobes moving on.
I give a boost, but that's really anybody, right?
Yes, exactly.
It really just comes down to how good are your air buttons and how good can they contest with Hazama. And I think, like I said, JC going to be the key for this one.
Fuzz is really good at tricking you into thinking it's time to anti-air and then just absolutely punishing you for it too. So expect some big swings to miss. But that 5A right there from Kagura is surprisingly disjointed. We will see that used as an anti-air whenever possible, if I had to guess. Ooh, okay.
JA's there to keep Fuzzama locked down there on the ground, though. Falling to the other side with the chains is going to score a counter hit here on Serpent. And as Hazama, we're going to be able to get that free side swap on a Serpent, throwing him into the corner. Blocking this one out, but fortunately going to eat that low to the face.
Yeah, and that is, expect to see that a lot in this matchup right here. Fuzzama. Fuzzama's offense is one of the scariest in the game right now. That's just a straight up whiff punish. Say goodbye. I don't care how much health you have left. It is not going to be enough. Fuzz taking a pretty convincing first round here against Serpent.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how this next round is going to end up faring here. Hazama once again, jump back chain here. We're playing the Hazama game plan, right? And do nothing else. Run for JC, and that is going to be a big opportunity for Serpent to get us started. Hazama taken to the corner, having to pull that fireball, and there's a command grab coming through for Serpent as that fireball whipped.
This is where Kagura really shines to the corner. Kagura pressure is not to be trifled with. There's a lot of options and a lot of cancel options, especially if you have meter. There's the instant overhead. All right, we already saw the command grab. Sword car coming in. We got the RC cancel. Big drop. Yo, low-key, he might have been able to kill there.
I think he might have, but Fuzzama now is roaming free. There's a flash kick coming through, and that's going to be very useful as Fuzzama tries to get a little tricky with those cross-ups on the chains.
Fuzz had to try something there. I don't really hate the press attempt. You had a long way to go anyway, so hey, you know what? You got to try something. What the hell happened there? Oh my God, I blinked in there. They're crossing each other up.
Can we get that?
Yeah, right? I know. I'm going to need a professional to explain that one to me.
Command grab attempt from Fuzzama. Serpent trying to press something, but press a little too late as Fuzzama instantly rebounds.
All right, gonna be coming down here. Yeah, there it is. A lot of staggers. Hazama is like one of the stagger kings of this game, and especially against the character with a flash kick. The potential for a mind game is mighty scary.
A 2C coming out from Serpent, but unfortunately was not able to get the knockdown he was looking for off that. Fuzzama, great anti-air, and Serpent going to be dropped down to the ground as Fuzzama ends that combo off early.
Oh, that's a massive counter hit. Yep, cash out right here. Yeah, there's the overdrive, lock out that burst.
Yeah, and that was perfect. There was nothing Serpent could have done. That was checkmate there the moment Fuzzama landed that super. Hotenjin. Fuzzama is so clean when it comes to those Hotenjin confirms.
Always.
A lot of the times, you'll see these Hazama players do like a hit with maybe like 6-8, for example.
Yeah, that overhead,
and then they don't even confirm into, they just immediately go into that Hotenjin. But Fuzzama actually confirms those Hotenjins.
Yes.
It's very rare that he whips the input.
We do see it,
gets
but
blocked. But yeah, we do see it. Like everyone makes mistakes,
consistent.
but normally, yeah, very consistent because Fuzzama is definitely a labber, right? He's constantly trying to optimize all the damage he can get off every single confirm.
And I can't stress the mind game from this cat enough. I am always so impressed by the mind control he's able to establish on his opponents. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right there. Oh, you're coming down, you're going to hit a button? No, not today. Absolutely not. Overdrive just to try to stop something here. We got a stray hit. We're getting a little space out of the corner, but this might be too little too late, brother.
There it is. That's what we're talking about. Baiting out that flash kick. There's the Fuzzama down with the axe kick as he drops down to the ground. Baiting it out, and what a punish here from Fuzzama. We're getting a reset attempt as well. 2C trying to keep Serpent locked there in the corner, but Serpent not going to use any advanced moves to go forward in his face. Fuzzama sends out the chain to the other side. No flash kick coming out from Serpent. Fuzzama still roaming home free and keeping control of this set. There's the confirm, but we don't have the mirror to confirm. Oh, we do. Okay, just enough.
We called out Kagura's 5A earlier, but it was Fuzzama's 5A that anti-aired at almost max range right there. That was clutch. Now we're coming right back in. The chain. Oh, I got my chains on. Big Rock Star compared to Elvis. It's my dog right there. Fuzzama working out a perfect set point. The flash kick comes out from Serpent, and we have a chance here. You need to get in Fuzzama's head, though. Plus, plus frames for days, brother.
Oh, going right over that chain here as Serpent. Blue beef combo here for Fuzzama, keeping control here on Serpent as he locks him down to the ground with those JAs. And here's the loops coming through, stands, baiting out a reversal, but none coming out from Serpent. I like how Serpent's playing so reserved when it comes to using his flash kicks, and Fuzzama continues trying to bait them out, and in doing so, is giving Serpent a lot of room to work with on his own wake up.
So I'm saying 3.9 meterless, mid-screen, low damage Kagura combo. Oh no, and this is gonna be a high damage Fuzzama combo though, brother.
Is this gonna be double super, or are we gonna build enough meter? I think we might. 50 meter coming through. Yes, we will. Double super come through. Will this be enough? Will
it's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close.
Serpent is still alive. A pixel of life remaining and a dream command grab attempt. And I think Serpent actually wins this one here.
I think you're right, dude. I think you're right. He's got 50 meters. No, not if you drop it, bro. That was it. You can't. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We're good. Everybody calm down. It's okay. Serpent is still alive, hanging on by a literal thread here in top 16 winners. Jesus, Fuzz is still on set point, and Serpent still has much more work to do. Difference is, Fuzz has OD, bro. Fuzz has that.
That life there was like Atlas holding up the world right there, crushing under the weight of expectations. But Fuzzama is not going to be looking to be broken down by them here as we knock Serpent into the corner. That could have been a big anti-air right there.
Yeah, low-key, that was a big gift for Fuzzama. Serpent just barely missing that one. Okay, it's a 2A check, so you're not going to be able to get a punish. Yep. Oh, watch the poison!
Coming through 6A, Hotenjin, that's what we're talking about with those confirms.
Oh my God. Perfect timing. Yeah, that overhead into Hotenjin is almost like the Fuzzama special. I mean, how many hundreds of times have we seen that, dude? There's the answer. Yo, that's it, brother. You are dead.
No, there's nothing you could have done. Fuzzama takes it over Serpent here with a 2-0 finish, moves into winner's side.
Noel might actually be bottom one. This character is a struggle bus in certain situations. Has some things going for her, mind you. Has some very janky air-to-air interactions that can play on her favor. And this is not a button check, by the way. We're getting right into this. This is it. Winner moves on to top 8. Loser goes home with nothing.
It looks like Maigo is the one that is looking to take this first here, drawing the first blood. George locking out Cam,
what up,
and now
George?
he has to do something here as Noel, as we're going to be going for our drive moves to try and get out of that corner, because once you have those bats stuck on you, suddenly your life is just being drained before your eyes without Rachel really hitting you at all. And now here's that super, putting on some increase. Oh my God.
moving right in there.
Moving Cam right in front of Maigo's face, but what a hero burst coming in from Cam. Hopefully he can win this one, or that's going to be a very big casualty to have later on in this next round. Cam weaving through that option from Maigo is going to be tossing Maigo here into the corner. 100 meter to Cam's name. Here we go. What are we going to do on offense?
We're 40 seconds in, and I'm already very impressed with the movement we're seeing from Cam right here. Noel hitbox is not really doing him a lot of favors in some of these weird interactions. Can't really get a conversion here. And now you got to get back in, brother. George, yeah, check my George. Oh my goodness. So that's one of the really hard things about this matchup. You're looking at the little frog coming at you, the electric frog man, trying to get out of the corner, and then you get checked by pillar. Exactly what happened in the first interaction there. And then once you start going back the other way, George catches you. Maigo. Man, Maigo's gonna have to play some defense now. Oh no, here we go. Cam gets the first hit of round 2 right here. We'll see if they can get some momentum going because they got a long way to go already.
Yeah,
TRM, baby.
Give Maigo a chance to set up these traps like this. The way we weave through those pillars was so clean here from Cam. And that is going to be another knockdown here in the corner. Should be able to establish our offense. And the chase back right there to catch Maigo. Trying to escape. No, you are not. Where do you think you're going? Counter assault comes out, but Cam still keeping this pressure going, holding forward, and it is working.
All right, Maigo's out. Wind is such a good option for movement. And yo, look at the chase down too. Good blocks. Yup, ready for the overhead. Not that one though, Cam. Sneaking in that final overhead to take the round. We are all tied up here in game 1.
All right, but only one can move forward and one can get this advantage early on. And Maigo once again drawing that first blood. George being set in Cam's face, but this time Cam not going to be blocking it out as George dies for his sins.
Oh, classic George moment, am I right? Oh, we're moving. Yo, second time that side switch has worked for Cam. Blocks the overhead that time. Is that a command throw? I didn't know she had a command throw, bro. What's happening? Jesus, all right. Should be getting some good damage off this too. 3.8. No, I gotta play against some more Noels apparently.
Yeah, Maigo bursting a lot on this mix that Cam is representing here with Noel. Not sure how to deal with the overheads and the lows and even the 4D baits here as Maigo. The moment Cam is able to get Maigo here in the corner, Cam is just keeping that firm grip on that match.
That was impressive, especially after Maigo got the first hit right there. Not only being able to get the side switch and get that hit, but being able to keep the pressure coming on Maigo, who is usually really solid on defense. That was a pretty telling game 1 here from Cam.
Yeah, you have to be here as Noel, right? You don't really have a lot when it comes to playing that defense outside of options like 4D, which can be baited out on proper reads. As a character like Rachel, you can kind of automatically bait those out when it comes to setting up those pillars, setting up George, or setting up those bats.
Oh, no. Speaking of side switches, though, Maigo going to get this one. Cam holding this burst right now. Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, you don't want to spend it too early, but that was that would have done a lot of damage otherwise. Maigo getting an instant pickup, but we should be getting the reset here. Yeah, there it is. All right. Little throw reset action. Cam not ready to tech there. We got 50 meter. Yup. Oh, wow, that combo. Oh, I thought it was going to be Oki. Let's get it.
Yeah, using the time from that super to be able to set up that pull here in that corner, but Cam not going to care, blitzing right through. Maigo now put on the defense.
Oh no. Oh, another air interaction. Just barely doesn't go Cam's way.
And now Maigo's home free.
Yeah, you got to spend the barrier right here. Look at that chunk out of the barrier that we're getting. Even with George and the pillars right here.
The 4D right through the bats. That was so smart. But unfortunately, it is going to be smacked by that pole set there in the middle screen.
Bro's just throwing pebbles from full screen, saying, I know this doesn't do a lot of damage, but I'm going to get you eventually. Uh-oh. Too far away to confirm. Yeah, that was a little bit of a jank hit. Oh, never mind. We're going to stabilize. Stabilize. Yes, sir. Cam working on a perfect already.
Oh, that's a little too soon to be saying that here, but that would be the ideal situation here for Cam.
I believe.
Playing a perfect against a character like Rachel can be quite difficult, but so far Cam has been playing this round up perfectly, and I might be eating my words pretty soon here. Cam setting Maigo into the corner. Maigo, without meter for a counter result, has to hold this, but here's the 5C, the armored reversal that Rachel has.
There we go. Potentially one more hit, and there it is. A little 3-4 hit combo there from Cam. Set point against Maigo. All right. I don't know if there's any Noels in New York. I'd be curious to see what Maigo's experience level here is.
I don't think there's many Noels anywhere.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Yeah.
They come
I literally only see them as CEO. Only time I ever see them.
or online.
Or online. Yeah, not even online.
Cam showing their stuff here, showing what a character like Noel can do once they're able to lock down a character like Rachel. Rachel's Maigo still with that OD, still with that burst, is going to spend it right now. It's do or die, and now Maigo has to make sure that Cam dies here, or Maigo is not going to be able to move on further here into the bracket. Spends the super forcing the burst, the barrier to spend here from Cam. Cam now stuck in this combo, not going to end up bursting it, but this is going to be a lot of damage here for Maigo.
Same thing we saw from last round. Cam, like, basically almost gets a perfect, and Maigo starts the quad back. Let's see, can you get the hit? No!
Oh no, we don't have burst anymore. Will this be enough? No, we don't have the resources. George, though, going to keep Cam locked down. 50 mirror for the counter assault. Cam still with 50 mirror in the tank. May go for the super in the air, and that we will see.
Wow, I didn't even see Maigo get across the screen right there. Low-key, I thought we were still full screen. Maigo shaking his head a little bit, tying it up there. It is 1-1. In low-key, we saw this a couple times in pools from Maigo too. Like, Maigo loses the first game or like has a rough start. Maigo's adjustment game is good enough where you can never count him out. And this is it. This is our final round. Loser side. Winner goes home with nothing. Winner moves on to top 8.
And you can tell, like, Cam sometimes uses that air super as a crutch, especially against airborne characters like Rachel. And to their credit, it is very good.
Like, you need to in this matchup, right? Like, she's too mobile.
If it gets blocked, however, you know, you're going to have a really hard time trying to rebound after that.
Dude, same thing. Once again, Cam gets 2 big hits started out, and now Maigo in the driver's seat trying to bring this back. Okay, doesn't get hit, spends the counter assault, trying to build some space. Absolutely Rachel's advantage, full screen. Right as I say that, oh my goodness. Bro, we're moving all over the screen. Oh, right, you know, this could be trouble.
Again, Maigo not blocking it, and we don't have first escape that combo. Cam on set point once again.
Once again. All right, we got another chance. Let's see if Cam's able to really convert off this one. If Maigo's going to bring this back once again. This is a rough start for our low-tier hero. George is coming at you, waddling at you. Oh, caught by George and the pillar, it looked like. My goodness.
Suicide Bomber come through yet again here as the MVP for Maigo. Cam not phased, however, as we're trying to close the distance between him and Maigo. Okay, nice combo, taking Maigo to the corner. Maigo with one win stock available.
Caught the roll, but no conversion, and that, I was gonna say, you kinda gotta spend the burst right there, brother. Oh, counter assault back at you. We'll see if this hero burst comes back to bite Cam, but the Kamikaze Frog is on deck again. Oh, he's gone, that's it, say goodbye. Brother, if you get the right hit here.
Don't want to end it with the super, and that is it. The OD is gonna straight up catch that overhead attempt from Cam.
All right. Oh wow, even with the spend right there, Maigo actually still has the burst advantage right here. He's probably going to get that back a little faster than Cam.
Right, absolutely, because Cam used it on burst and Maigo used it on OD, so that gauge is going to be recovering a lot faster even though the pips say different.
Here we go still. Once again, Cam is doing a really good job of winning an early neutral in this matchup. Question is, can you get a big hit? There it is, massive counter hit off the gun. You got 50 meter. I don't think we're going to see the spend here because you want that for the kill next.
Hey, but Maigo does not have that burst because he spent it on OD in that previous round, and we are in red. Critical health.
Punish.
The punish. No, we cannot. Cam going to get bursted as that would have been the winning combo. Maigo going to cash. Cam trying to escape the corner. That burst going to come back pretty soon as Cam is in active flow. George going to extend this combo. Bats are set up. Increase the damage of this combo. Look at that health bar just draining away.
Oh no. That would have been the spot to spend burst to maintain the corner right there, but Cam wants to hold on to what it looks like. Possibly looking for an overdrive finish.
Down to the wire, the throw counter right there. The
throw bait.
Trying to bait out the burst. Baits out the burst yet again. Maigo's getting very greedy. Just finish your food. Super in the air, stalling in the air, trying to bait out the anti-air attempt, and Maigo takes it over Cam despite it all. A 2-1 finish here. When it comes to Blazblue, I talked about before, Quetzalcoatl, so Maknchess, Kasha, all making it to top 8.
Florida FGC in general is pretty stacked.
And Arrow even making just shy of top 16.
So close. Nail biter of the set too, nail biter. Yeah, we got 2 sets left in top 16. This is gonna be our first one. I ain't gonna spoil our next one. Y'all gonna wait. Or hit exclamation point Matcherino on the chair. Wow, that's brain rot right there. That's brain rot. Exclamation point bracket in the chair. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, it hit the blue
slip.
Oh my god, dude, I'm tripping out so hard right now. All right, here we go, DGF versus Maknchess.
60 coming through, 5, JD coming through as well, setting up that wall for DGF, and DGF playing this one patient, not wanting to get in the range of S's normals, and trying to use this, I would say, superior movements, trying to get in S's face, and I was just seeing the OD, but that's not going to end up working out. That was a bit of a awkward timing there, as that was that 5A, but DGF able to swap sides, is able to gain a lot of meter in the process as well.
Back to full screen right now. Terumi gonna have to contest with these projectiles, but finding the right spot. Doesn't get the full conversion, but this positioning is what you want. DPing right out from Maknchess, able to hold a burst too.
Yeah, DGF is fundamentals are so clean. Super is going to get countered, though. That was an attempt.
A hair early. Yeah, had the right idea there, but just a hair early on that timing. All right, Maknchess very much in the driver's seat right here. Next hit should be able to kill. We have the Spire, you have 50 meter. We are going to spend the counter assault to get out. Stuffed the anti-air attempt too. That was beautiful. All right, Maknchess.
The 2-4C on DGF is cross up. What?
Yeah, dude, yeah. Maknchess is looking a little more composed than the last time we saw them on stage.
Were we trying to, like, DP?
Possibly. Very, very possibly.
There's no way that was on purpose.
The goal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I will have to ask them after, I suppose, but right now, this is all about the neutral, and here we go. Accidental corner steal burst to maintain. And yo, you're stuck right back into it. Oh,
JD
no.
to the other side. Now you're locked in with that crest right in your face. But a good counter here for DGF is going to stuff Maknchess on that approach.
Oh, okay. Awkward little drop right there. That's all right. That was just good footsies for Maknchess. Hell yeah, bro. Gets the whiff punish in, blocks the cross up DGF. Able to reset the full screen, but like it is on you to get in, brother. Oh, okay.
Yeah, has to respect the second hit. Red RC, JD, yeah, there it is. DGF can get a free punish off that with that EA.
Hold it down. Actually gonna get the meaty after two, so we have 50 meter. You might be able to kill off this. Oh my goodness, and that is gonna do it. DGF able to tie things up here in game one.
Even up, which is honestly, I would say, pretty surprising here.
Matchup-wise, this feels terrible for Terumi.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But DGF always going against all odds with this character to make him work.
That's true. That's ultra true, dude.
Counter hit, coming through. Nice combo. Look at that meter build coming in for Terumi. Red RC extending this combo even further as we get this knockdown here on Maknchess in the corner. Maybe a wake up on DP wake up. There it is.
Oh no, and that's just a drop. Missed the second hit off the jump cancel. It looked like unfortunate. Maknchess has been given a little bit of a gift here. We'll see if they can capitalize.
The defense looking so clean, able to block these 6As and these 2-1-4Bs, and there it is, reacting to the fireball reset from Maknchess. DGF finally finds his way out of the corner and has such a huge resource lead right now.
Oh yeah, massive life lead. I really like that burst from Maknchess. Even if you weren't going to die there, like that position in the corner is a terrible spot. Baits the super.
And there's the burst coming out from a DGF. And at this point, you'll see like Maknchess tends to play this way when we're at low health. We try to play this so patient.
Yeah.
We don't oppress the other player.
Oh,
we try to just go DPs and fireballs from afar, but that doesn't really work out when DGF has such a huge health advantage because he can't afford to play patient. He can't afford to time you out.
Yeah.
You need to be the one that's approaching him.
Terumi wins. All right, here we go. DGF. You saw that deep breath after the W there too. Like both these players are still very much taking this seriously. This is oh yeah, just wait it out. No big deal. Yeah. Take a deep breath. Think about what you got to do here. Yeah. More back in.
In a lot of ways, Maknchess, at this low health, what you really need to be doing is, honestly, like, I say play like you normally would, right? Yeah. In the sense of, like, you can't play so safe, you can't play so patient, because then you're not really gaining any advantage in doing so.
Indeed. All right.
4C, there it is, the crest activation, so DGF had to hold that one as these plus frames go through. 5C, 5D, and there it is, a perfect OD timing. All of these drive moves from S are going to be very ODable.
Yeah. DGF really good at finding that EA spot too, to just hold your overdrive activation to get the full punish in. It's very clear matchup awareness here, although no surprise, S a pretty popular character, right? Yeah, we're going to the corner, big dog. Here we go. Gonna have a meter dump at the, no. Oh no, you dropped? Reset? Oh, this might be it, dog.
So many common drops coming in from DGF, but just consistency in picking back up is really where his skill truly shows.
And DGF is now 1 round away from eliminating our former top 3er, Maknchess. There's the command grab. First time we've seen that this set.
How much meter he builds off that command grab, by the way.
It's what?
Look how much meter he built off that command grab, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And remind me, does that steal some of his opponent's meter as well?
I don't remember, but maybe you have to check. Maybe you'll hit it one more time later in this set. DGF right now working on it perfect, but there it is. Maknchess going to be doing a little bit of chip damage to DGF. DGF to break that blue health bar, and this is going to be dealing some more damage here as that JD catches DGF on the drop. Unfortunately, DGF not able to get a punish on that JD approach with the OD, but still though we're in a pretty positive position. Maknchess trying to control it with the double fireball in the air, but when you double fireball like that, you know, you're stuck in the air. You don't have any air options afterwards. There's the guard crush coming through as Maknchess tries to conserve that barrier gauge, and DGF might be able to get the kill here. No, not quite. We don't have the resources.
50, no, you got 50. Yeah, yo, look at that too. Bro's like, yo, I did it. This Carl player.
Right.
This is the dude that won a trip to Boston Blue Beat last year and could not actually make it. Had to give it to Monarch, hilariously enough. And we are getting started. The button check is over. This is the real thing. Winners semifinals. Top 8 starts right now. xcaliburbladez versus Killakobes.
And there it is,
an
early air conversion. I like that xcaliburbladez are already willing to meet Kobe up in the air like this to try and stop that momentum.
You kind of need to. All right, there's the throw. Going for the setup. Yup, okay. Excuse me? All right. I don't think Kobe was ready to not convert that one. Another throw. We're going to be seeing a lot of those, I think. Overdrive, looking for it again. This is not great for Killakobes. We're going to get the side switch. That means we are going to plant ourselves firmly in the corner.
Yeah, and now with full Nirvana gauge available from that OD, we're able to do a lot there, but Kobe's still able to find his way out, being such a fast and mobile character. Like you said, that movement is going to be what's really deciding how this match is going to play out or coming through. And xcaliburbladez like kind of setting that up, saying like Kobe cannot be in the ground, you need to be in the air. And that's where xcaliburbladez can take advantage of the fact that Kobe is trying to approach from there. xcaliburbladez is going to find a great hit against Kobe to equalize this life total and set himself up in a very favorable position.
Jesus, all right. Oh, and that might be it, dude. If you have time to spend the super right here, Kobe's going to get burst back, but you should not spend that. Yeah, I mean, it gets locked out anyway with the overdrive. Excuse me?
Not enough, and the OD, like you said, should have spent it, but we'll see if this ends up coming in clutch for Kobe as he's able to find his way out and mix up xcaliburbladez with a clutch finish in this round.
Kobe, sometimes, and I hesitate to say this after round 1, but sometimes Kobe is that guy. Sometimes Kobe is him. Jesus Christ, dude. How does he do it? That should have been dead.
Yeah, he plays he is the protagonist. You can see that theme music blaring as he overrides whatever we have here in the background. Kobe now on the defense here against xcaliburbladez. Once again, a very familiar situation. Now, how are we going to defend? And how are we able to get out here against this Nirvana pressure and against xcaliburbladez constantly going for these guard crushes, these unblockables, these overheads, and Kobe is just folding as these resets keep on coming through.
Oh, it went for the D counter right there too. Like, I get it, you got to try something, but man, this is a rough spot. You got to hold the burst here, right? Yeah, counter assault, spend some resources, but keep the important one at least. Yeah, that's why you hold the burst right there. That scramble situation is so hard to get out of. Even if you technically get out of the corner, you still have so much more work to do just to try to play neutral again.
Yeah, and Carl is such a good character into the banging matchup because you have Carl covering the air approach, and then you have Nirvana covering the ground approach, right? So you're kind of covering all angles of the screen, and you can even say like, "Oh, clap!" to catch him up.
He blocked the whole thing, dude. You see that? He blocked both those crosses. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind right now. And the counter hit too.
It's no resurrectable. It's no resurrectable. Kobe going to be on the offense this time around. OD activation. EA comes through. That's going to be active flow for xcaliburbladez.
That's huge right there. Still plenty of doll meter to play with. Kobe able to almost melt that whole doll meter. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, combo the doll, get her out of the way. The claws aren't going to be a factor as Kobe goes right underneath them. But now you have to worry about the follow-up that we're going to be seeing from that doll here as the xcaliburbladez is using that as this fort. And Kobe is now stuck here in the corner as xcaliburbladez welcomes him to his kingdom that is the left side of this stage.
And I could definitely see why Kobe thinks this matchup is so frustrating. He did all that work to try to plead out that doll meter, and now it's just
we had no barrier, and there's a perfectly timed guard thrust to catch that guard crush from xcaliburbladez.
Wow, double overhead actually going to connect right here. Kobe not able to continue the combo. We are in danger state. This is going to be a lot of extra damage. Excalibur Blade. Now, Carl's a little bit of lower damage, so it's not going to kill.
Coming through, though. Here we go. The protagonist energy coming through. We have no more nails on stock, but that is going to be the swipe with the doll to catch Kobe. Yeah. Excalibur Blades going to be taking that game. And that's one of the tricky things about using that OD. You know, you get access to a lot of movement, but at the same time, that movement is in counter hit recovery. Yes. So in that instance, that was like in very good hit for Excalibur Blades to find.
Went for the overhead too right there. So Kobe was banking on Excalibur Blades, respecting the fact that, okay, I'm kind of plus in your face right now. And he did not. Simply just press on the overhead. Easy as that. Excalibur Blades taking the first game here in this set.
Yeah, man, Kobe certainly has what it takes to take it in the set. It is a first to 2 after all. Excalibur Blades maybe one game up, but Kobe can certainly make this reverse a 2-0. Burst perfectly timed so that we can hit Carl in his face. Poison Nail applied as well to do a little bit of tick damage here to Excalibur Blades, and we're being a little bit more conservative with our nails compared to usual.
I cannot believe neither player got hit right there. That was kind of crazy. Kobe gonna steal a hit. Brother, I am losing my mind right now. I don't know if that was a drop, a reset, or what, but Kobe is now right back to square one. Excuse me? Brother, so much work is being done on both sides. I am having a lot of trouble keeping up. Here it is.
That was unblockable.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what it looked like, but I wasn't 100% sure. There it is again. Damn, dude, Excalibur Blades just like that is on set point on the verge of sending Killakobes to the losers bracket.
Oh, the orb set right there. Kobe runs right into it. Now you're sandwiched in between death and a death here, as Excalibur Blades is going to be taking Kobe here to the corner. Doesn't need the doll anymore. Recovers the doll here just to get a little bit of that gauge back. That's going to be the OG activation from Kobe, but still not able to escape this corner situation, as Excalibur Blades is going to be running that timer all the way down.
After that first round that Kobe won, Excalibur Blades has been doing a really good job of checking that overdrive activation from Kobe. Very impressed with what I'm seeing so far. Still going to need one more interaction, but this might be it. Oh yeah, that's it. That was a reset. Meter, you gotta spend it. You gotta spend it.
Super coming through at the end to finish this one off, grinding in between the gears. Excalibur Blades moving forward to winners finals, as Kobe is sent down to losers quarters.
You saw that eye roll at the end there too.
Of course, Fuzzama has the Ox. He's going to be playing Endless Despair.
Most def, dude. Most def. Here he is. All right, last match of winners semis. It's going to be Fuzzama versus Don. There will be no button check here. They don't need it. They're professionals. They simply set their buttons right the first time. I've been saying this, bro. You just got to don't drop your combo before the game starts, you know? It's easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be letting the intros rock as well to build up to this winners semis between Fuzzama and Don. Rebel 1 action. And this time, Fuzzama going on a more aggressive approach than you would normally see from a character like Hazama, just trying to make sure that Don cannot get that doll set up.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of crucial. This neutral gets a lot more finicky when doll is a factor. And now Fuzzama just gets to play the offense game right here. Don choosing not to spend the burst early, which, hey, you know what? Kind of agree. Oh, there it is. The wall out and the burst to maintain this corner right here. Don at a little bit of a life deficit, but just needs to keep it coming. I like the neutral job. Ooh, a little fake chain right there. All right.
Yeah, but this is kind of a messed up position to be in if you're Fuzzama, because as Hazama, you don't have access to really many good reversals here. You know, the only reversals you have are within OD, and Fuzzama not looking to spend that OD just yet. A perfectly timed counter assault will be knocking Don into the corner, but Don instantly taking advantage of the position he was put in afterwards.
Oh, good blocks. Look at all those IVs coming out right there. This is offense that Fuzz has had a lot of experience blocking.
And yeah, Don having to retract that doll to get that recharge right there, so that doll won't be a factor until now, potentially, and tries to use it to catch Fuzzama in the air, but a little too late. The block coming through, Don looking clean with it.
Yeah, I cannot believe he blocked that, to be honest, and this is where Fuzz is. Oh yeah, you kind of got to right there. That's the round if you don't spend that burst. Whoa, throw counter. We're gonna spend the super. And that should be it. Yeah, thank you. All right. I don't want to jinx that one, but Fuzz is able to claw back that first round. 13 seconds left on the board. That might be a little representative of what we're going to see this set.
Yeah, it's going to be all neutral here, folks. Oh, and coming from behind, you don't really see that doll move terribly often from Dawn, but it will be utilized to full extent here to keep Fuzzama locked in. To the other side, base out the burst. No, okay, no. I don't know why I thought there was burst right there. It looked a little bit weird, but Dawn looking really strong regardless.
Yeah, there it is. The empty jump low is going to open up Fuzzama. 50 meter on deck from Dawn, but actually gets hit. Not able to get the full conversion here. Fuzzama has been given a little bit of a gift, but still needed several more hits. And that, oh no, Max right through the overhead.
Okay, counter assault from Fuzzama, getting Dawn off of him.
And it doesn't get baited this time, more importantly. Okay, we're still alive. That time it does. Unfortunate Fuzzama lets the counter assault rip another time, and it does not work. Dawn able to get round 2 here, game 1.
Yeah, Fuzzama's letting that rip a lot because, like I said, that defense is very weak for him. So he needs to be able to get Dawn off him in some invincible fashion, and guard thrush is his best option outside of OD.
Yeah, I think we're going to see less like overhead into head. Oh, the burst bait goes unpunished. Fuzzama is not going to be happy about that one, but you got to shake that off and keep it moving, and that is exactly what Fuzzama's doing. Should be enough to make it most of the way to the corner at least. Brother, that's just good matchup awareness right now. Fuzz messed up the meaty. Dawn rightfully recognized. Ooh, that is a throw punish, my friend.
That it is. Here we go. Fuzzama going to be blocking this one out. Chain from there and to the cross-up, and the cross-up as well. Retention confirmed from Fuzzama, looking good.
With that, you should have been able to confirm that. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Either way. Oh, no, another massive drop. This could be exactly what Dawn needs, especially off that counter hit. Uh-oh is right, brother. We might be in trouble.
Okay, Lele. I mean, we were trying to bait out another one of those guard thrusts from Fuzzama with the counter assault. Dawn getting full advantage as we're going to be getting another combo. We are going to be getting the knockdown as well. What's it going to be? There it is, the dome from behind, catching Fuzzama, but first coming back just in time for Fuzzama, using that dual buy from full screen. We cannot do that against Fuzzama. That's just throwing 50 meter away for free.
Force him to spend a
the
chain at least.
I cannot. Fuzzama looking so clean. What a perfect timing.
A sliver left, but next hit is going to kill for both players. Jumping right over the doll, able to get the check here.
100 meter, here we go, from above, and we found it. Fuzzama with the low.
Yeah, pop off, son, pop off. Yeah, it's all right. It's only game 1, but you got to let all that out. Let all that energy out. You got to lock back in. Yeah, see, there it is. All right. Nod into the smile, says, okay, nope, I got more work to do. And it looks like there's actually no way. There's actually no way. I don't believe you. Okay, it's all good. We're all just gonna take a deep breath after that one. I wasn't actually looking at the buttons down press right there, but it really did look like somebody set a button in the wrong spot. Okay, well, that could be a little telling for how this next game's gonna go. Let's see if Dawn is able to recover. This is still 1st-2 territory, so Fuzz only needs 1 more to seal this out.
Right, and we're just playing at this range where it's hard for Dawn to try and go for these anti-airs, air throw counter even. Fuzzama going to be getting a lot of momentum off of this.
Doll is still like kind of dead right here. Should be coming back in a hot second. Oh, we are trading left and right. There it is. All right. Back in the blender right here. Should be some decent damage here from Dawn. Yeah, there's a mix-up. Blocks both the overheads. Counter assault actually finds the right spot that time.
Oh, and we found the right spot to catch Dawn in the air. The awareness from Fuzzama on Dawn's placement was sublime.
I really like that option.
Into the overhead.
I really like that throw option in this matchup because the throw-in zone kind of makes it so the doll can't hit you while that's going on.
Right.
Very smart way to kind of contend that in the midair. And Fuzzama, just like that, is on set point.
Looks like it. And that was a much quicker round compared to the previous rounds we saw.
Massively
we saw
so.
how long that game 1 took. It just shows how even these players are and how much these players have played each other. But that matchup experiences can also be the same set here for Dawn, as he's going to be drawing the first blood here in round number 2. There's a throw, picking him up, tossing him like a salad. Here we go, toss him up into the air, but doesn't get the ender. Instead, going for another preemptive anti-air, catching Fuzzama as he drops back down into the corner.
Here it is, Dawn working on a perfect right here. Oh, probably could kill off this next hit. Yeah, you got the meter for it now, son. Do you have the route? There it is. There's the super. Zebios. Say goodbye. Dawn able to claw it back with a perfect. One more round to tie it up.
One more round, but this might be the most important round of this set here. Fuzzama, here we go. Going to be using that act tick right there to stop that momentum and bait out an anti-air from Dom, but no anti-airs were found. Calling back the doll, trying to recover that gauge. OD activation here. Lifesteal Ring is active, and we're going to be getting a lot of reward out of it, as that's going to be pumping up the damage of this confirm. Even though it's a throw confirm, we still got decent amount of damage. We're able to lock Dawn up in the air right there, ending that combo early. 6A getting blocked.
That was huge. That was a great block on the overhead. Fuzz able to get the scramble hit afterwards. This is going to be some decent damage. Oh, the blue beat after 2 catches the roll. Don successfully spends the burst to get the corner, though. This could be the turnaround he needs. Going to get the hit. Let's see what this Oki looks like first. That's the question. We're going to air dash in. All right, doesn't go for the throw this time. Ah, there it is. Good tech, and we're out just like that. Hazama really good at reading these post-tech situations.
And he is so slippery right here, but now it's going to be another test to see how he can weave his way out of this situation. Hazama, like a movie character, saying, how did I get stuck in this situation in the first place? And now there's the air throw coming through. Hazama should be able to take this one, and that is going to be it. There is the silent pop-up from Hazama coming through, as he dogs is going to be hard. Like, because Kagura already struggles trying to move around the screen. So when he's being tossed and turned in ways he doesn't want to be, Maigo is going to be having full advantage and going to be controlling the pace of this set. As we're seeing right there, instantly using that Windstalk to drop back down to the ground, catching Serpent on that approach.
Oh, all right. I like the snipe. A little too high up to get anything real off that. I think I was a JA too. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. The air tech Maigo on point right off the cuff here.
And we're already killing George right there. George has surprisingly a lot of health. So the fact that we're able to kill it so easily, like we're seeing right here,
I always underestimate that, yeah.
The suicide bomber, but Rachel is cruel and unusual when it comes to tossing out her pets.
Real, dude. Gonna send the kamikaze frog at you. Running full screen. Yo, speaking of running full screen, Serpent is holding forward with absolutely no fear in their heart. Maigo going from coast to coast at will right here, and we're finally going to see a little bit of offense. Good block. Spends the counter assault. Yeah, not wanting to deal with another one of those high lows or that early.
No, not at all. Serpent looking really good, though. I was saying a lot about Serpent going to be struggling in this matchup, but so far he's been playing it very effectively.
That's the life lead.
The Fireball's able to interrupt the super from Maigo.
And that Fireball does eat a lot of other Fireballs. So if Serpent can find the right spot to pull that out, he has a good chance to get in after it.
Dude, the gall of Serpent to Wyvern right through those traps just shows the confidence he has here in this matchup, though now has to respect those bats as we can detonate them at any point. Oh,
and you could see the wind playing a factor on Serpent's movement right there. Man, that looks oppressive, brother. Yo, took a swing at the bats, missed, got smoked by Rachel. Still, you are one straight hit away from doing it. Pretty much any hit, OD right through that. There's the throw punish. And this is not good. I don't want to say that.
Not enough.
Okay, all right. I got really scared for a minute. The bat damage, the extra bat damage always throws me off for Rachel. Don't look at that number on the screen. Oh, then the throw is going to be enough. Yeah, don't look at the number on the screen that says Rachel's damage. It is more than that, I promise you.
Right. The bats are going to be draining that health and going to be doing that hidden damage to Serpent. As you can tell, even after the end of that combo, the bats just drained a good chunk of that health right there. So right now in throw kill range.
Oh, there it is, that disjoint 5A, trying to get the assumed up forward there from Maigo. And now you are in the blender right here. Kagura pressure is not to be trifled with. Instant overhead. RC still isn't able to get the combo. We're out, just like that.
And to the other side we go, using up all the Windstocks. Oh, and running right into Serpent's face, and he was ready.
We saw Serpent drop that combo a lot in pools, too. So kind of unfortunate to still struggle with that route. Go, Maigo holding.
Going to trade. Kills the George with the 2C. So far, George has not really played too much of a factor here, as Serpent can kind of just so easily blow right through them. And I like how we're canceling, too, to just keep that pressure going, especially with the Wyvern to approach Maigo.
Serpent's been doing a good job of using these huge buttons to check the movement from Rachel. Uh-oh, there's the throw. We're going coast to coast. Sit down. Low damage Kagura combo, by the way. Yeah.
Set up once again. Serpent going to respect it with the JC, smacking him away so we don't have to worry about him, so we can go for an easy Wyvern approach if we need to. Tries to go for the flash kill, Maigo backing away in that instance. That's going to be a side swap combo to toss Serpent here into the corner. Sets up George, sets up the win, and that George is going to be approaching very slowly here, as that's going to be extending this pressure as Serpent drops back down to the ground.
You gotta block this whole thing. Oh, blocks both overheads. All right, there it is again. Yo, the fuzzy blocks coming in clutch from Serpent. Yeah, but you can't do it forever. Actually gets the hit into the throw reset. Serpent forced to burst to hold on to this game. And unfortunately, it is not enough. Maigo,
What? 2C counter, but we don't get the full confirm. Maigo's still alive.
I'm gonna turn into the Joker if y'all drop more punishes like that. I swear to God, bro.
Not the Astro Whipping. Not the Astro Whipping. Okay. Maigo almost sold right there.
Yeah. Maigo giggling it up after that one, going, okay, I got away with murder right there. I'll accept that. No big deal. Oh, Serpent.
Just think of it as an expensive taunt.
Yeah. Yo, that's evil.
I knew that was going to whip. Maigo had that in his head, right? I knew I was going to whip.
Oh, goodness. All right. Too bad, too, because, like, Serpent played low-key a pretty good game one, too, all things considered. I really like how he's using flash kick to check the back and forth movement from Maigo in the air.
Oh man, it's just so hard for Serpent to keep Maigo locked in without going for these hard reads here. That's going to be the instant overhead into the fireball to keep Maigo locked down. And just utilizing that 5C to keep Maigo here stuck in the corner. That's going to be a low damage Kagura combo. Or maybe a high damage one as we use the OD here into the super with just 10 milliseconds left of that.
That
into
kills?
a 6K combo. Of course it does.
I thought that was going to be a sliver even with that damage boost. My goodness. You're so right, dude. I should have known. That's my fault.
You're asking me if a Kagura combo kills with OD super?
You're so right, dude. I should have known better. That's my fault.
Like, I thought I knew you. 2C coming through. And there, what a great anti-air as well from Serpent.
Yeah, I don't hate that burst bend right there. That was a lot of damage otherwise. Able to kill George, but accidentally cornering themselves. And now Maigo says, all right, bet. I'll hit you with some high lows. Ain't no thing.
Oh! 5A on the drop down, setting up the projectile once again. And this is why Maigo is going to the air so much more often. Because you do not want to be blocking or taking damage from that projectile that Serpent keeps setting up.
And if you block that, Serpent's so plus, you can follow up with Wyvern, 2C, as we saw a couple times. He's got options after that. But it's going to be the 5A that actually catches Maigo right here, evading the projectile. Yeah, finding the right spot to counter assault. Killing George again. Yo, Serpent is doing a really good job of dealing with the screen pollution.
But that is going to be a massive whip here for Serpent, making them use that burst, trying to take this game right here, right now, and that is going to be the confirm he needs, but unfortunately cannot finish it until now.
Sword car coming in clutch there for Serpent, and Bro says, hell yeah. Bro says, help!
Yeah, and you'll take notice. One of the really smart things that Serpent is doing is also going for a lot of these preemptive JCs and also taking them rather low to the ground as well. And the idea behind it is that you're trying to catch Maigo trying to approach with the wind in the air, and you're also trying to catch Maigo if we send George forward with the wind as well. So you'll see it right there where he went for that preemptive JC near that round start situation, and that's exactly the situation he was looking for, what we saw later. Oh, no. We're still good. Projectile actually gets stuffed that time. Right through, air dash over the George. Going to kill it right there with the 2C, but going to get smacked by the pillar. Tries to kill the George once again, but now Maigo is covering George's approach. And that is going to be a great confirm here for Maigo as we get set up into the throw, the extension with the George. And that is going to be the super to potentially close this one out. Yes.
Wow, all right. That's going to be it.
One more round to go here for Maigo to take this set, but now Serpent can finally get the snowball rolling. Purple throw, but no tech from Maigo because that was actually a throw counter. Potentially maybe trying to go for that 5C electric share.
Maigo's been doing a much better job of checking this projectile set from Serpent right here, too. Not letting him get in for free. Burst, bait, you will not have that, at least until next round, if you even make it that long.
Flash kick 2C, can't get the sword card to reach far enough.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, and you can see Serpent trying to run right under, but a little too slow. Wyvern blowing through all of that screen pollution like it was nothing.
It's projectile involvement's a pretty good option in that scenario, absolutely. Maigo still needs another hit off this, though. Just got to prevent the... Oh, okay, yeah, that works, that works. Kill a little bit of that barrier. Look at that barrier evaporate.
Oh, this is such a difficult position. We've seen Maigo in this situation in previous sets in this bracket where we're trying to evaporate this barrier gauge. We have 100 meter if you're Serpent, but you need to find a way through so we can't die from this chip kill. Double Wyvern coming through, smacking Maigo twice, but now you need to continue to chase down Maigo. He has so much time to recover those windstocks. Bats set up, Serpent running in with a hair card. We are trying our best to close this distance, and Maigo is not going to let him. Super from the top ropes as a Maigo stays alive here at C.
Combo breaker too, actually.
A great run at combo breaker as well. So Quetzalgoatl really on the come up, and you can see right here, we're in top face. Of course, he is showing what he's got here, and we're getting right into it. Quetzalgoatl, the last Floridian here into the bracket, trying to keep things alive for the state, and a DGF rolling up here with the Terumi, trying to put trying to stop him in his tracks, put up that stop sign.
Yeah, oh no.
Run up low.
As soon as Quetz went into the air, DGF said, all right, bet we're going in. That hits both sides. I hate it so much. Give me more. And somehow we're out. Somehow Terumi has returned.
All right, patience coming in from Quetzalgoatl is like, you know, if you don't want to approach any DGF, then I'm just going to unlock all these special moves and get level 3 tackle. Level 3 tackle becomes very funny here for Susanoo because basically means any hit is an instant confirm for him.
Yep. Here we go. All right. Gonna get your standard stagger pressure coming in through. Oh,
double overhead.
Blocks the first one, but not the second one. Yes, sir. Good
tech. Throw, great tech from DGF. Run up low. The confidence from DGF to escape the corner. Not going to be doing a ton of damage, but puts DGF into a pretty solid position. And this is where it becomes really tough, as you're seeing right there. The amount of push block made it hard for DGF to keep that pressure going. But we saw the red RC to dump those resources and keep his hand on the steering wheel. Quetzalcoatl is still going to be playing patient here in the corner, opting to block out this offense, blocking all of this pressure reset and that low. And that is going to be the hit here that Quetzalcoatl is looking for. OD locking out that burst.
So yeah, that's one of that's like Terumi's big gimmick, is those D-normals give you a ton of meter, and it also prevents, if your opponent blocks them, they do not get any meter for blocking D-normals. That's just the thing. I still am not unsure about if the super steals the meter or not. I'm gonna have to look that up after, but
I mean, we're probably gonna see it, right?
That's true. I was low-key, I was looking for that last round. I'm like, oh, spend it, bro. I'm trying to see this live. DGF working on a perfect here after Quetz taking that round back for him and able to continue with the overhead. All right, it's going to be another big chunk of damage. Set up. No, okay, you just got pressed on right there. No big deal.
6B unlocks the sword and unlocks the DP as well. Okay, we're not committing to too much there, but DGF is going to be jumping back there with that OD and able to get it confirmed here on Quetzalcoatl, dropping the combo early here to reset him in the corner. Overhead connection and instantly confirming into the super. DGF is going to tie us up.
Shades of Fuzzama 6A into O tension, right? Like that's got that same energy, bro. One apiece here in game 1.
Round start 6B, but DGF going to jump right on over. 2B coming through.
No, you can't do that at that range. Oh my goodness, you're lucky you're not in the corner right now, brother. DGF gets chased down. All right, I was not ready for that to go that far. I'm not gonna lie.
Sword is now on the plate here for Quetzalcoatl. 5A stagger pressure, 5C as well. 6B rolling in into the guard crush. Not going to barrier that. DGF gets opened up, and we're going to go for some sword juggles. JD unlocks the second level of spin. Got God Press active as well. We might be seeing that pretty soon here if we see it at all. Quetzalcoatl attempted to go for that 3C for whatever reason. Maybe try to go for a preemptive anti on the DGF's air approach because he does quite often go for that IAD.
Yeah. Here it is. DGF able to finally claw this life lead back by the looks of it. Here we go. Spends it. Yeah, you're going to want to lock out your opponent's burst right here. So you get a ton of meter from this. And yeah, you're actively stealing meter from Quetzalcoatl right there. We're seeing it right there. Yep. There it is. Wipe that out. And I think even an overdrive, I think even D-Norm will steal that now. That's crazy. Wow.
6K damage. The jump from DGF, and Quetzalgoatl put into a very difficult situation, but going to have access to all of his specials now that he has that OD active. But DGF just going to run away and run that timer down, but he ran himself into the corner. Quetzalgoatl going to go for that guard crush. DGF has that burst. Are we going to spend it? When are we going to see it? Oh, there it is. Quetzalgoatl not going to bait that one out, trying to finish his food, run up to C.
No way.
Hit. DGF is going to be going down one game as Quetzalgoatl moves up.
Bro got his combo bursted and said, cool, I'm going to double tap forward and hold that shit. That was crazy, bro. Oh my God, there was no fear in Quetzalcoatl's mind whatsoever. He knew that was going to work. And using it to win the back of game one off that. Damn. Early overdrive. Does not find the, I think, 6C that he was looking for right there. And that's okay. Ooh, no, that's not okay, brother. You're in the corner. You are getting guard crushed. It's going to be that crush trigger. We're going to spend that 25 on that, get a little chunk of change here. Build some meter. Chase down the backdash into the corner. And DGF is trying to bring this game 2 back in a big way.
All right, so far, pretty decent defense despite that opening that GGF found there with the crush trigger. But however, Quetzalcoatl needs the snowball to start running, and right now it is in the furnace, as he has yet to be able to unlock any of the special moves. Going to be getting that 50 here pretty soon here as it continues to block the stagger pressure from DGF. But DGF instantly responding as Quetzalcoatl tries to hold forward and run up on him.
That was revenge for that burst from last round where Quetz just ran up on him. Bro said, all right, watch this. Yeah, back at you. Back at you.
2D.
Oh, very lucky you spaced out enough to not get the punish right there. Oh, almost catches the jump. And this is danger state. Yeah, you got to be very careful here. Okay, that's one way to do it. Just get the hit.
Good block on the high, on the low. RC to keep that safe. Sword from afar to push DGF further. Sword once again, counter poking DGF.
DGF has 100 meter here too. If you want to spend that, like next hit probably kills either, regardless. But no!
One thing you will see quite often too is that DGF sometimes likes to go for the dive kick super from in the corner, right, to get that side swap. Wait, is that a reset?
Yeah,
he caught him on the roll. He caught him on the roll.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, so rolling forward is very risky because you cannot block. And in that instance, Quetzalcoatl can just pick you up off the ground. It won't be a bloopy combo. It will just be a regular combo.
And a lot of these good players have like auto time setups to catch your roll and still hit you with the meaty after. So you have to be very careful about that. Now Quetz right here off to an amazing start to try to close this set out. This is set point here, losers. Good IPs on the 6B. Oh, misses it that time. And both these players are not afraid to down back. Right there it is. DGF finds the counter poke out of pressure. Able to catch the backdash there too by the looks of it, but that anti-air hits both sides. Yes, sir.
You see once again, no, gonna be counter hit here. Okay, we got DP, we got spin, we got orb. It's just a matter of time and when we're going to be choosing to spend it. We have to be near to back up this DP if we want to use it on defense.
Oh, wow.
Guard crush coming through, but Quetzalcoatl unfazed.
Ah, there it is. Suction to come down and hit him with the overhead right as he lands. DGF at a little bit of a life deficit and desperately trying to claw back this game. Overdrive. That's what you were looking for earlier.
Timing, blowing right through with the DP, but unfortunately cannot finish that combo there. DGF still alive and kicking and has OD, has burst, has 100 meter, and is going to be blocking that crush trigger effectively. For this final opening, OD going press with a 5A, and the DGF has been eliminated as Quetzalcoatl moves further.
Dude, that's crushing. DGF had 100 meter there. Could have found the spot to counter assault. Runaway game on both sides, depending on like the resource situation.
Yeah, and what's really interesting too is that like Bang actually pairs pretty well into like the top tiers outside of a character like Carl, because you know, when you think of a character like Rachel, you want to be in the air very often. And guess what Bang is good at? He is good at meeting you up in the air. He's good at controlling the space with the nails, being one of the projectiles, arguably being better than a lot of the projectiles that Maigo will be representing. And his chase down game is excellent, but that's going to be an early burst from Kobe. It could potentially be very bad for him. However, he's able to claw that back and be able to get another hit here on Maigo there in the air. OD activation though, going to push Kobe a little bit further back. Maigo definitely wanted to punish, but will be getting a great combo conversion here as Kobe backed himself up into the corner.
Yeah, that's a rough spot. That's the hard part about this movement game, is sometimes you corner yourself by accident. We saw Maigo do it earlier, and we're seeing Kobe do it right now. Still, he is blocking this whole thing out, except the mids, apparently. Damn.
In this world, we call them frame traps.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's my bad. He got frame trapped. He didn't not block a mid. He got frame trapped. You're so right, dude. Oh, my God.
That's going to be the poison applied to Maigo. Not going to be doing too much in this scenario. 6 nails left for Kobe, but we're not going to be able to do too much with it as Maigo closes that one out.
We are still very much in 1-2 territory. The potential for robbery is never completely out the window. Oh, wow. All right, well, so it's actually Maigo, me, and Kobe in the air right now, spending another early burst here in the set. And, like, the way Kobe, like, generally wants to run offense, like, yeah, hard to say I blame him.
Right.
Oh, no!
Doesn't get the hard knockdown. And Maigo's able to roam free because of that. Kobe, though, trying to chase Maigo down to the best of his abilities, is getting stuck in the present fatal counter. That's going to be a burst from Maigo, wanting to negate the advantage. Kobe was able to get off that interaction. Still, though, no seals in the tank here for Kobe. The slide doing so much weight here for Kobe.
Kills
now we
George.
can finally get those seals unlocked. 2 seals on a deck, sets up one of the bumpers here, and it's going to be using it to open up Maigo.
That is exactly what you need to do. Super right there just to make sure you get the kill, and that is going to be it. Kobe answering right back, getting the round against Maigo. Going into this round with no burst, though, however.
Yeah, but we're showing some extreme consistency despite that here. Backing up, running back in, but the wind pulling Maigo right out of the corner.
Oh, okay. Oh, no! Smoked by George, able to get the conversion right here. And now Maigo's going to be able to run the set play, and it's just going to be the meaty that beats Killakobes right here. Massive damage. Look at those chunks of life disappearing from the poison damage.
Oh my God, with the bats, 3.9K, that is a lie. Killakobes.
6K.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Oh,
Maigo beating Killakobes in game 1 with the perfect.
This would be such an upset if Maigo is able to take it over Killakobes here. You know Kobe is rather stressed. This is loser's side. This is your last opportunity to make this happen. So let's see what happens here for game number 2. Kobe can definitely equalize it. He's showing some, he's showing some very good ideas here in this matchup. Nails the way he's killing George like that with the slide to approach Maigo. Yeah. And this burst movement is really catching Maigo the moment he leaves open a gap from further away.
Able to get the jump away conversion right there too. So that could be a little dicey if your opponent's jumping. But Killakobes was able to lock that in. 1 seal remaining to unleash it. There it is. All right. Crush trigger in the corner. We are going to get a full combo from that. Still not enough to kill.
Yeah, not quite enough. We weren't able to build enough for that 50-meter, and not looking to spend that OD either to get that EA.
That is such an evil setup right there. Set the umbrella down. You know the rain's coming, so what do? Another crush trigger real quick. You get smoked by that whole piece. Very smart from Killakobes there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that nail is going to be kind of key to keeping Maigo locked in the corner, because you see how hard it is for Kobe to try and keep him there when Maigo has those wind stocks available. And that's going to be all 4 seals immediately here for Kobe. And we're going to consistently reset him with the movement when we still have it there with OD. Opens up Maigo with a slide here, RC to keep that going. And that's going to be an air from Maigo, though. Beautiful, yeah, for sure. Meeting Kobe up in the air and able to stop him in the tracks.
I almost thought that was Kobe that got the throw there, but no, Maigo was ready for that.
5 nails remaining, uses 1 on the approach. 3 nails, 1 nail left, and that's going to be the 5C electric chair, putting Kobe into the corner here.
About to get burst back, though, and has 5 seals, so once you see that animation, you know it's time. And that is just what we call a straight-up punish. You could say goodbye. Killakobes said, yo, that was cute that you got the first game, but I actually have a date with xcaliburbladez at Grand Finals. You're going to have to wait with the rest of that nonsense.
Yeah, so the only thing that Maigo could have done in that situation was go for an OD.
Yeah.
Because it's so tricky with the anti-air. You have to, like, reversal, because it's like a grab, right? Or I guess on a block or whatever, right? You make yourself invisible in some fashion. And Kobe is looking so solid here, starting us off. Gets 1 seal, takes the burst early for Maigo as well. I'm sure you're happy about that situation, even if you didn't get the damage you were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, taking burst from Maigo this early is a W no matter which way you slice it. That being said, Maigo was doing a very good job of capitalizing on that. Oh, no, that's a punish. Okay, yeah, you got a burst right there. Now, no, you don't have to, but I still like that decision.
We're getting very antsy with these slides, trying to approach Maigo here.
Oh, that was
and Maigo flying all the way. This is looking like another episode of Where's Carmen Sandiego as Killakobes tries to hunt down a Maigo, and Maigo is just eluding him at every single turn. Killakobes in red health and one touch away from death, and Maigo is trying to look for that.
Wow!
There's a tech, that would have been death, but Kobe's staying alive.
There's no way you're going to bring this back, right? Another reset here from Kobe. You have 100 meter with one seal and no nails. We're out, yep. Was successfully able to navigate that super. Another tech! Another tech and another post-tech situation looking for Killakobes. The overhead reset is going to seal it out. How does he keep getting away with this? He's him. That's what it is.
That he is. Dead point here for Killakobes. Towing the line between life and death here into this bracket.
Oh my god.
Scaring us all, not only in the commentary booth, but also into the audience. Killakobes
they're popping
here.
off out there, yeah, most
getting that throw here. That's going to be a good start.
Oh.
Burst comes out from Maigo. Killakobes stuck here now in the corner. No seals, 11 nails though. Has to block George.
That could have been much worse for Kobe. Oh my goodness, I don't think Maigo was ready to get the hit at that angle. Yeah.
That's just kind of the Bang story, right? You're not ready for any of the hits on Bang at any of the angles that he's attacking you from or trying to escape from here, as he's so scrambly, so fast, making so many of these actions per minute, but Maigo still able to catch him despite that flurry.
Yeah, that was a really good pass from Maigo. Once again, Kobe successfully able to navigate the super here. Has burst if he needs it, and I'm wondering if he wants to seal this for an overdrive finish potentially.
Uses the dark one on the 2D to blow right through George. Very interesting play right there, and that's going to be a burst as Maigo finds that overhead connection. Toss out the triple nails.
Oh, this might be it.
50 meter. Don't drop it. And there's the super Killakobes. 2-1 over Maigo.
We double checked to make sure.
Down Dawn even at his peak here with the Relius. So I'm excited to see how this one is going to play out. And funnily enough, Dawn is going to be picking Must Die here, giving Quetzalcoatl the power up, saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to beat you despite your theme playing here in the background, as Dawn is looking to stay alive as the antithesis of this theme here. Dawn going to be starting us off by establishing this pressure on Quetzalcoatl immediately.
And if Quetz wins this, he gets the run back against Kobe. I don't believe Dawn and Kobe have played yet. What a block on the overhead. All right, Quetz. Looks like you got that on the last frame, homie. Good reaction.
And we got tackle, ground viper, and a DP right now. 4D will get blocked, but doesn't block that 5C as he tries to jump out in the corner. Quetzalcoatl going to be unlocking the spin and going to be doing a lot of damage here as we're going JD to unlock the level 2 spin here. Grand viper on the approach. We have the mirror to back it up as well. That almost would have been very scary as Dawn could have punished him easily right there. I like the stuff on the doll with the 5A, but not going to bite this time around as Dawn was coming quickly from behind here with the Relius.
Has a lot of work to do, but this is exactly the position you want if you got to do it. Quetz is going to have to block this whole mess out. Doll meter almost jacked up to completion here, and there it is. Going to get the counter hit overhead.
We have 100 here right now. You gotta be so careful as Dawn when you have to deal with Quetzalcoatl's defense. But Quetzalcoatl is folding, and we don't have burst to survive this combo. Dawn's gonna be using that OG to make sure this combo does as much as needed. And there it is, the doll catching Quetzalcoatl from the max distance possible to take that round. And I like it. And the reason why we use OD as well is because that doll gauge was running incredibly low, and Dawn was making sure that that doll wouldn't go away.
Yeah, you need to guarantee the kill right there. You got to respect your opponent at this stage in top 8, and Quetz has proved that he has definitely earned that. That being said, Dawn is about to put Quetz back in the corner. Air dash mix up. Quetz does not block high. It is going to be eating the full combo. Here we go. Almost no doll meter. All right, we're coming back. Still a couple more seconds till it's actually active. Got to play some defense.
5C once again, 6B, but that's not going to be any combo here.
All right, here we go.
Blocks. Blocking it all out, but no barriers. A crush trigger goes through.
This is not going to be enough to kill that. However, yeah, you're in trouble now. Say goodbye. Dawn is going to take a pretty quick game 1 here against Quetzalcoatl.
And we had just enough doll gauge at the end there to make sure that final hit killed.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. Don's resource management always pretty solid, but really, really showing it off in that last interaction. Here it is, our potential final round here at losers final game, here at losers quarterfinals. Don spends the early burst, does not want to get locked down early. More importantly, wants to deny these seal sets from Quetz.
Right, and that's, I think, why we're going for a lot of these lays as well on defense. It's like, hey, I want to be able to avoid, you know, the 5D on my block.
Yeah.
Okay. Running through here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, and that's going to be punished here on Quetzalcoatl. Open up on the overhead. Into the super immediately. That's going to recover a bit of that doll gauge here as we're going to recall the doll back. Finish off this combo with full doll gauge.
There it is. All right, she's back out. It's another big counter hit jumping. This is not going to be enough to kill, but Don's probably going to be there. Yep, there's the 50 meter. Oh, is that a reset too? Never mind, brother. You are dead.
Yeah, and that is, the cards are stacked up against Quetzalcoatl in this instance. Hasn't taken a single round against Don just yet. That first round was looking so strong, but Don was able to make that comeback, stealing his resolve and staying alive here as he has such a massive lead over Quetzalcoatl and going to continue to widen it right here. Quetzalcoatl spends the burst, does not want to take that damage, does not want to be dealing with the Oki that Don's going to put on him right there.
Clean ass whip punish there from Don. He's been playing this matchup so well, and in fairness to Quetz, this is a difficult matchup, especially when you have no unlocks so far. You got DP, but that is it. What a press! Here we go. That's the turnaround that Quetz needed. Drops the combo, but still able to get some pressure going, and it's the counter assault that gets Don out. Still has a chance here, just needs to keep up this pressure. Oh, the air stall. Woo!
The counter assault looking scary, but staying alive here. Quetzalcoatl devices the counter, but we couldn't get a confirm.
Oh, that was a misinput, right? He did not want overhead
it had
that
to be.
far away.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Definitely not trying to get that 6A there.
This gives Quetz a big chance right here. Just needs one more kill. Oh, look at that damage, 4.2, but now you're stuck in the corner thanks to the counter assault. And Don has burst too, so next hit could potentially might not matter.
The lead leg to bait out the counter assault. Don still not able to finish this out just yet, but what a play! 50 meter, doll gauge looking low, but there it is. Finally, OD gauge locking out the game. That is checkmate here for Don.
Hard pressed to run that back.
Yeah, but if Fuzzama can take this over xcaliburbladez,
dude,
we have a tournament on our hands.
Yes, we sure do.
If we didn't already have one, as we get, like you said, into winners finals here at CEO 2025 for Blazblue Centralfiction. xcaliburbladez on the Carl, Fuzzama on the Hazama. Here we go, Rebel 1 action, and immediately xcaliburbladez playing that patient game like we were talking about, backing up and waiting for Fuzzama to make an approach.
And Fuzz doing the exact opposite. We're going right in, trying to check the doll early. Actually hit the doll, but was not able to get anything else. The roll through means the doll hit, and now you got the sandwich set up in the corner. This is a rough spot to start the game with. Good blocks, though. Okay.
Side doesn't block the cross-up OD activation, but unfortunately drops the combo in between. Fuzzama is trying to find his way out, trying to score a hit against xcaliburbladez, but these blocks have been so clean. xcaliburbladez almost made a big whiff right there, but Fuzzama not able to get a full punish on that.
Wow, I cannot believe that actually hit, and there it is, overhead into Hotenjin. Sit your butt back down, Fuzzama. It is Fuzzama time, baby.
Now that doll gauge is at full restarts, and now you gotta be listening to
There's
that audio or
There's
not.
no way.
Because there's the Hotenjin coming through once again. OD activation. Is this dead? Is this dead?
This
it most definitely is. The light steel ring adding to that damage, and look at that health bar from xcaliburbladez. Blood red.
Between the poison damage and that EA ender, there was never any question that Fuzzama was not going to kill off that very, very competent round one, especially getting stuck in the corner that early. Hell yeah, dude, showing off the defense as well as the offense.
And we're seeing some shark-infested waters right now, and Fuzzama is that shark smelling the blood as he makes this god bleed. But xcaliburbladez going to be looking a lot stronger here starting off this next round. Now you gotta be careful. Crush trigger, blocks it though.
Yeah, pretty good reaction there. A lot of people have been falling for that so far. Now Fuzzama this time. Oh no!
No, not the nails!
Yo, xcaliburbladez has been having a hard time of actually getting like full hits. Got a lot of stray hits, but hasn't gotten a lot of full confirms yet. Right as I say that, here it is. It's gonna get it. All right, into the mix-up. Counter assault gets baited, and that is the nature of this matchup. If you counter assault in the wrong spot, you are simply going to die.
It feels like every spot is the wrong spot playing against a character like Carl, because when it comes to playing a puppet character, you know, the puppet is backing up Carl and Carl's backing up the puppet, but a lot of the times the puppet can do all the work while Carl sits back and eats some popcorn because that counter assault is not going through.
Rip that 5C when it goes in. Oh my goodness. Oh, all right. Fuzz gets another sick air-to-air throw, and we are going to, yeah, we're going to get a corner combo from that. Thank you very much. What's the setup? Oh, okay. Check the jump. You just rolled out of that, brother. You are sick. And I cannot believe the chain actually connected. Fuzz, kind of the master hit, confirming that as well. Able to get in, but you got to be careful. You're in the corner. The puppet is still active.
And you're seeing how xcaliburbladez is using that duel as well. You're seeing the clap. You're seeing the nails as well, trying their best to keep Fuzzama out of the air, but Fuzzama's doing such a great job at using his movement to weave around it all, but you cannot weave around this. Here we go. How are you going to get out as Fuzzama without that OD active? OD now being popped. Here we go. We're looking for that reversal counter assault regardless, though, and now Fuzzama's out of the corner, stalls in the air for just a little bit with the axe hit coming from above. Finds the confirm on xcaliburbladez with that counter hit. We're going to be building up 15 here potentially. No, we're not, but that throw will be able to do the job. Fuzzama, another silent pop-off, knowing he has the lead in this set, as now he takes game number 1.
Bro throws his hands up and says, pure Hazama.
Pure Hazama, pure cinema. You see the 1, see that 2, 2 more games to go. Fuzzama is motioning to the crowd. Yeah. 2 more games to go, and he is in winner's side grand finals. But that is also 2 more games where xcaliburbladez can respond, and we're potentially going to be seeing it here as xcaliburbladez is looking to even this one up early. And
if you're Don and Kobe, you're rooting for Fuzz in a big way here. You do not want to fight xcaliburbladez with a 3-game advantage.
They're rooting for Fuzzama because they're like, I can beat Fuzzama.
Honestly, yeah. Unironically, that's what they are saying in the crowd right now. They're like, I have a better chance of Fuzzama in losers finals than Carl, for real. Or
remember, 7-3 though, 7-3.
Yo, 7-3, you're so right. Bang wins that though, so it's... I'm so sorry.
Push coming in from Fuzzama, tossing xcaliburbladez into the corner. Doll is on the other side of the screen, so xcaliburbladez cannot really use it too well. But you got to be careful, because if you give xcaliburbladez just a little bit of time, he can set up that projectile from full screen, and it's going to be coming from behind. There it is, the orb from behind.
Oh,
Fuzzama
what?
Able to block that one, recognizing the sound cue.
Fuzz's defense is next level right now, dog. How does he keep getting away with this? Oh, well, sometimes you get fuzzied. Doesn't matter how good your defense is, sometimes you just get fuzzied. And now, yeah, this is the hard part right here. Gonna get reset in the corner. xcaliburbladez gonna get another setup off this. Doll meter is winding down, but you have plenty of meter to back this up. And of course, overdrive as well. Another reset, and that is gonna do it. Fuzzama losing the first round of game 2 to xcaliburbladez.
Yeah, if you're looking at that screen saying, what the hell is going on? I don't know what the hell is going on either. I just know that you can't really block that. Fuzzama is now on the back foot here in game number 1. As we kind of talked about before, xcaliburbladez trying to even things up here.
Oh, wow.
Got caught by the chains, tries to go for the throw, but xcaliburbladez jumping right out.
It's a good block from xcaliburbladez. I would not have blocked that cross-up. I'm going to be so real with you. Oh, my goodness, and he didn't block that one. No conversion. It's going to be the chain smoked by the doll on the way back down, and that's just standard Carl activity. Wait, what? I blinked and he's got overdrive active and he's comboing Carl. What?
By all accounts, this shit out worked, and there's a reset in the command grab. He's like, you're resetting me, well, I'll reset you. There's a knockdown, stance pressure, and I love the delay to catch xcaliburbladez on the backdash, and that is the confirmed straight to the attention. Fuzzama. That was textbook. That was textbook, and that was a textbook Fuzzama move. We see that all the time online. You hold that piece right there, trick them into thinking they can backdash, and he says, psych, you're dead. Oh my goodness, dude, Carl is so messed up, bro. xcaliburbladez desperately trying to bring this one back. I like the neutral jump. There's the overdrive, calling out. Looked like the command throw, I think. I'm not sure. Oh man, xcaliburbladez putting Fuzzama into the straight jacket. How are you going to get out of this situation? Knocked down here, but the roll out into the OD doesn't get punished, doesn't get caught. But now you got to deal with the sandwich pressure, and unfortunately for Fuzzama, he is cooked. xcaliburbladez should be able to clean this one up here with a super. Yeah, there it is. All right. Overdrive finish, or distortion finish, excuse me. I really like that overdrive here. I really like that overdrive. Figure you're going to take some passive health away from your opponent. And it's the final round anyway, so you don't have to worry about trying to carry that through. Unfortunately for Fuzzama, xcaliburbladez is just too sick with it, TM. And that's going to be one apiece here in winners finals. This is the match I wanted to see right here. I do not want to see any 3-0s and winners, losers, or grand finals. This is the back and forth that I came here to watch. Some good-ass Blazblue, bro. This is what we game 5s. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And remember, you know, here, it's not over. If you can take a game, you can take a round. Like, if you take a round, you can take a game. You can take a game. You can take a set. Absolutely. And Fuzzama is still in the game absolutely here. As we start off so strong, OD immediately from xcaliburbladez, having 5 seconds there on the timer.
Almost got smoked by that projectile coming back through. That's how Fuzzama lost that last one.
Oh no! We dodged the orb, but that's exactly what xcaliburbladez was looking for. Pull back down with the nails.
That was so clean, dude. xcaliburbladez is already leveling up to the next layer with the swiftness here, and that's another big hit. Here we go. We got some of the meter to play with. Not going to spend the burst here for Fuzz. No, not when you got that much doll meter. Just going to block this whole thing out. He's going to spend some barrier too. There it is. Finds the overdrive pop. Can you get a hit? No, you cannot.
All right, doll up in your face.
Wow.
Doesn't block the overhead, unfortunately.
Pogo set it, blocks the Pogo, but not the ensuing overheads. And xcaliburbladez is going to start chaining these rounds together, finally taking the lead in this set.
Yeah, but for how long is the question as we get into round number 2 of game number 3.
Yeah. Oh, wow. No punish there for Fuzz. All right.
A much more aggressive approach than normal, trying to stuff Fuzzama early. Nails catching Fuzzama as he tries to take to the air. But Fuzzama going to be mashing there. Hazama might not have invincible reversals, but he does have some fantastic Abari options with options like 2A and 5A.
Here it is. Oh, great
reading the command grab.
Yep. xcaliburbladez done a really good job of using a variety of options to call out that command throw. And the mix-up, that roll mix-up is so gnarly. You see Carl going one way, and the doll hits you in the other. Okay. Okay. Little Hatenjin action. This should be some pretty decent damage here.
Holy moly. How much damage are we going to do? That is so much. 3.7k. That is a lie. Baits up the EA, but no punish coming through. Fuzzama, 5A anti-air. There's the pickup.
Yeah, unsurprising. Fuzzama's 5A anti-air game has always been very solid, especially in these scramble situations. He is so consistent about being able to dial that in. Man, we're still tied up, bro. 1 game, 1 round apiece. Neither player has burst. Able to
the nails once again.
Nails doing a ton of work for Carl in the anti-air game right now.
Oh, just out of range of the clap. That could have been a deadly connection if xcaliburbladez was able to knock Fuzzama out of the air. But now Fuzzama is going to be knocking xcaliburbladez out of the air and into the corner we go. Pull up a chair. You're probably going to be in here for a long time unless you can get that doll back active. OD activation. And as Fuzzama tries to jump over, that's going to be the nails catching him. And those nails are doing so much work in this matchup. OD activation trying to react to the mix-up, but no mix-up was there to be found, or at least no reaction was there to be found there.
It's these overdrive activations. They're in spots that are not going to net you a punish, but xcaliburbladez is able to very consistently read what Fuzzama wants to do in response to that, and has gotten, counter hits on the last 3 activations, I think, thanks to the doll. Like, the nails up have been so consistent. I think Fuzz is really going to have to think twice about how to deal with these overdrive activations for xcaliburbladez on defense. All right, here we go. xcaliburbladez finally has the game advantage. Good blocks from Fuzz initially, but you cannot block this character forever. Fuzzama, meet the corner.
Yeah,
also, here's
Doll. Be patient in this game, but you can be patient to a fault, as Carl will have so much time to set up those unblockables if you keep on blocking him. And right now, Fuzzama is definitely not blocking him as he goes for a reset, but Fuzzama is able to get that OD. Maybe try to go for a burst even.
No way. Gets the hit off the chain and is not able to convert.
I feel like that has to be a burst, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way,
possibly, yeah.
xcaliburbladez with a solid lead here. Fuzzama expending that resource with OD, and that's going to be the low, catching Fuzzama on the other side. Fuzzama, though, going to be swapping side sticks. Hey, Hotenjin, we got those confirms. xcaliburbladez maybe looking to hold on to this OD, but Fuzzama trying to go for a burst bait, and xcaliburbladez is going to make him hurt for going for that.
Go the instant tech on the air throw. That was crisp.
Dude, the tech within the nails to cover Fuzzama as he tries to as he tried to move back in. What a smart play from xcaliburbladez.
xcaliburbladez has figured out the rhythm that Fuzzama wants to do in neutral and has just adjusted to shut that down. Now on the verge of beating Fuzzama 3-1 and moving out to grand finals, but it is not over yet. We still got plenty of game left to be played. That is a hell of an anti-air here from xcaliburbladez.
And these confirms for xcaliburbladez have been so good. We are hardly dropping any combos, and even when we do drop our combos, we're still in pretty favorable positions, especially when we have the doll right up on Fuzzama's face, like right here, as Fuzzama drops that combo, and xcaliburbladez is able to start his...
hold on. I saw an activation over there. You better watch out.
Yeah, like I said, you cannot give Carl even a slight smidgen of space as the Dolphins come from behind, and this time Fuzzama not paying attention to the orb. xcaliburbladez going for that preemptive nail set once again, but this time Fuzzama going to be jumping forward.
Jesus, this back and forth is just absurd right now. The explosive potential that is on deck for either player. Oh my God, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. This is too much. Overdrive activation, this is it. And just powers right through for the punish. This should be enough. xcaliburbladez beating Fuzzama 3-1. xcaliburbladez is going to grand finals.
I swear to God, I'm gonna run out on that stage and I'm gonna take that controller out of his hands.
Oh my God, I'm gonna become the Joker live on stage if this happens anymore. But no, we're getting right into it. Losers semifinals for real this time. Killakobes, Don. This is our last first to two of the bracket, and right now Killakobes is bringing the smackdown on Don. Awkward drop of the combo, and you might have just given up the corner, my friend.
All right. Right now, looking pretty even. Kobe, fantastic defense so far, but as I say that, the second hit is going to be catching Kobe there.
Doing a really good job of playing around the non-existent doll here so far. My goodness. Oh, what a mash. Okay. Right. Ooh, wow. And you got the pickup off that. All right, Don. All right, Don. You're pretty sick with it.
Okay, purple throw. That's a tech. And down to the ground here. We got 100 meter. Going to pop OD on the side of Kobe, and now Don has to respect this mix that we're going to be seeing, but that's going to be no respect coming in from Don. 5A checking Kobe on that movement.
No mix whatsoever. Oh my goodness, finally gets the hit in the final seconds of the overdrive.
Yeah, it's so awkward, even though it's in counter hit recovery, the angles that you're hitting Kobe at is so hard to actually convert into a real combo. But that's going to be an easy conversion for Don, as Kobe did not have the meter to back up that slide.
Yeah, usually we see that very quick RC come out off the slide from Kobe, and simply did not have enough meter to do it that time. Don is going to be taking the first round of loser semis. Uh-oh, big jump in going right over the doll, though. And yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, I would spend the burst there, too.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get all four of those seals, because that was a good enough hit to be able to secure that, or at least get that bumper set up there in the corner.
Oh, and we got the tech, too. These reactable throws from Blazblue. Oh, and that's a counter hit, my friend. Oh, what were you pressing? Neutral jump coming in clutch.
Okay, Kobe just running back up. Don tried to jump out or press something. Either way is getting hit and getting a juggled as Kobe unlocks two of those seals. Sets up the bomb nail as well, which actually caught Don, not expecting to see it below him.
Oh, wow. Sandwich set up a little bit there from Don. Still has a pretty massive life deficit, but we have... Oh, we're catching the roll, too? All right, you got the meter. You can see a pretty gnarly mix-up.
Super. Oh, no, and that's not going to catch, but that will extract Kobe out of that situation. Kobe, and there was nothing Don could really do to try and catch Kobe outside of the spike.
Was already moving. Kobe just wanted to use 50 meters as a movement option, and you know what? Sometimes you got to do it. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of using 50 meters.
Going right under.
It got the hit, too? Burst bait.
No,
oh, no,
that wasn't burst bait. What were we trying to bait there?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, duos bias, and now you're forced to block it here. Oh, can you block it all? Yes, we can.
Wow.
Kobe's still alive. It's still stuck in the sandwich pressure, but now duos bias once again. That's going to be a chip kill. Hold on. Maybe not.
He's got 50 meter. Maybe counter
Oh, my
assault.
God. We are keeping this all pressure going as active as possible. Kobe somehow blocking it all.
Yeah.
What a man. What a legend.
Wow, yeah, those are some legendary blocks right there for sure. Don able to eventually clutch that out, but it cost all of his meter. Wow.
7-3 though.
7-3 though. Ah, that's Carl. This one's better, right?
7-3 though.
Right? I don't know. All right, Don takes the first round, and this is still a first to two. Only needs one more to eliminate Killakobes from the bracket right here.
Ooh, Lele. Yeah, that's not going to work all the time.
Not every time. All right, poison damage coming out. We got the poison nail. Don is in the corner, unsummon. Ooh, no meter.
Ooh, okay. All right, we're not able to get any real punish off now or take back our turn as Kobe is the one going to be back in the driver's seat.
Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, start give me those unlocks, baby. Oh, no. Yeah, you got to burst out of there, son. That's another 2 unlocks.
Kobe trying to get back to his bumper, or like get back to Don here in the corner. Don, no burst to get out of that combo, but Kobe going to drop it regardless. Give him a way out for free. No, 0 nails in stock here for Kobe. Red RC to cancel off the doll hit.
We have, Don's got meter. We might see dual bios again. It's going to be the 6A, however, that eventually opens up Kobe. Not going to spend the burst quite yet, yeah. Given how last game went, I don't blame you. You want to keep that. There it is. Yeah, maintain the life lead.
Yeah, burst coming out now. But you got to be so careful if you're Don in the air as well.
All right, dual bios. No, got checked. This, you might not even need it, dog. Oh my goodness, super does not kill here if you drop it. There's the dual bios.
Give away that meter for free. As that doll is now inactive for a very long time. Kobe may not have nails, but Don has no meter for the doll. And Don is not able to finish off that combo, but still though, now on set point. I was talking a lot about how Kobe can be able to beat Don here, but Don pulling through.
Don's looking good right now. Don's looking really good. Able to get the 5A answer here at the right end. I'm impressed so far.
Yeah, trying to reestablish himself as one of the best players, showing that he can have what it takes to make it to Grands, and Don has that energy in him right now. Kobe, though, trying his best to open up this wall that is Don.
Yo, check the defense on here. We were talking about Kobe's defense a minute ago, but Don is blocking this all out. You're only eating these random straight hits. The Kobe's not ready to. Oh no!
There's the burst as well. 4 seals are active, but Kobe drops the combo, and Don taking full advantage of the scramble afterwards, using that 2C right there to get the anti-air there on Kobe.
Yup, there's a counter assault. Pick the perfect spot to do that. Run up whiff throw. That is the gift that Don needed. Now Don has a 100-meter. You can rip a super here if you want to. Killakobe's barrier is depleting, and we're out just like that. Excuse me? Sir?
What?
Sir?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. How did you get the air throw? Oh, my goodness. All right. It ain't over yet. Still needs at least one more hit. The sway? Did the sway just beat that?
Don coming in clutch here with this round. Astro on deck as well. Are we going to finish this one off with style? Yes, we will. Take him to the closet as Don moves forward in the brackets. We're seeing both of these players show up here at Losers Finals. It couldn't be any better as he, like we were saying, getting right into the wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1 action.
Here we go, hopping right in, and already the chains are coming out. It's going to be the 2A that opens up Don. And already shades of winter semis all rearing its head. Let's see if Don can. Oh, no! Oh, the overhead for the chase down, too. Brother, this is looking like a rough round 1.
Yeah, looking like it.
Wow.
And this looking even worse.
Drop the hammer on him. All right, so yeah, you got plenty of doll meter here. We're going to see a little bit of a setup. 6A for the knockdown. My goodness, how did you block that? All right, doesn't tech the throw, though. RC for a little extension here. Fuzz is going to be holding the burst, it looks like.
Looks like it, and we're going to continue to get the damage out of that combo. Great block so far from Fuzzama in this next mix-up, but there's a low coming through, instantly confirming into the OD, making sure that Fuzzama cannot burst out of this one.
Yeah, and at this point, probably not going to spend it, right? There's the setup, catches the backdash, and that is going to be, no, a drop? Never mind, it's chipped.
Okay, yeah, just playing that one very, very safe. Don putting up the Duelist Bios. In that position, Fuzzama, even though we had burst, you can't really burst against Duelist Bios because if you burst, you're going to get hit, or if you get hit, you can't burst because of the super.
Yeah, and you waste your burst at that point, too. Like, it is simply not worth the risk. I agree.
Essential lockout. I think Don was also trying to,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, goodness. The 2A trade send me every time. Here it is. Fuzz once again forced to play defense.
Overhead coming through. And Fuzz taking all of this right here. Sets up the super.
Oh, no. That was a drop. That was a reset. 2A check. Yep. Lets you jump over. Not going to matter, though. Fuzz. Yeah, there's the side switch. A little extra damage.
Ooh, this is going to hurt.
Sure is.
Oh, no, but the drop. So needs to make me stop talking.
Yeah, right. I know, dude. We're cursing all these players today. This is crazy. That's going to be more than enough, however. Fuzzama. No, I'm sorry. That was Don. Please. Yeah, there it is. All right. Ignore the names right there. It is going to be Don on player 1 side, rocking the Relius, as you could see, and Fuzz is still on the Hazama. We'll get that switched in just a moment. There it is. All right. Fuzz already off to a much better start here. Yes,
hey, there's a knockdown. Backdash away. Don able to get out of that situation. Oh, and tries to go for the spike. They're not going to work. Oh my god, are we going to like go up to the top of the screen? I thought we were just going to disappear right up there. What is this, Melty Blood?
Dragon Ball combo. We're just evaporating into the screen.
Just all right. Average Eltnum combo coming through, but this is Blazblue right now, and Dawn is going to be putting him on the ropes instead in this game. 6A coming through. Good blocks from Fuzzama, but how long are we going to block this for? Very long, in fact.
Wow.
Low going to connect, but we're not able to get a lot off that. Instead, we're going to catch Fuzzama trying to press, escape in the corner.
That misleading 2B low from Don, dude. That thing is so tricky to block if you're not actively like just holding down back. Excuse me? That was a Street Fighter 4 ass cross-up if I've ever seen it right there, my man.
Okay, we got this. Hotenjin coming through. You cannot burst it here.
Fuzz is really good at locking in those upper safe combos. We see that all the time online, and we see so many players who aren't ready waste that burst. I'm glad we didn't see Don do it just there.
And that's one of like the biggest strengths of Hazama as well, is the freeform combos, right? If you want to put them, if you want to put them in the corner, you can put them in the corner. If you want them back in mid screen, you can do them mid screen. If you want to do a lot of damage, you can do that as well. And like you said, if you want to go for these burst safe groups, you can so easily do that as well by sacrificing minimal damage. And that's what Fuzzama is so good at. But Don is also so good at locking out bursts of his own here, as he used that OD to lock Fuzzama out and put him into the corner, making sure that it guarantees this position.
Blocks the crush trigger too. A lot of people have been falling for that. I'm really glad to see Fuzzama's defense is holding up. And of course, right as I say that, gets opened up, holding the burst here. Checking the, okay, we'll take the trade. Was actively able to kill the doll right there. It just gets frame trapped.
Yeah, doll gauge looking low, but it's going to recharge very soon. And it's going to be at full gauge here as Dawn is able to finish off this combo pretty strong here. I think that was a reset too.
I think so.
As we went in for that overhead and Fuzzama was just blocking low.
Don on the verge of going up 2-0 here in Losers Finals. This match has been going by at breakneck pace. Oh my goodness, and that was very nearly another conversion. What an air throw attack!
And what a run back this has been. I like how Dawn just like recognized like Fuzzama trying to press there on the doll, so just runs up and defends the doll. In that instance, Fuzzama probably trying to cancel off that hit. Okay, good blocks in the eye. Oh, beautiful. There it is, the anti-air, just so beautiful from Dawn. They've been so much more consistent in this set compared to the last one.
And another air tech, oh my goodness. Don working on a perfect right here. Yeah, can't really get the punish. You are going to take a little bit of poison damage here, but Fuzzama not able to get out of the corner, spends overdrive back at you. Yeah, has to keep the doll meter alive, honestly. You need to keep Fuzzama locked down here.
Oh my god, the blocks from Fuzzama so far. Beautiful. And finally, what a beautiful defense right there, catching him with the chains. Barrier very low though, so you cannot handle another Relius sequence.
No. Fuzz held on right up until he knew he couldn't anymore.
Oh, and this sequence might be taking that barrier gauge down to 0 unless Fuzzama's able to get out, which he does. So slippery, using the chains to score a way out, and there's the anti-air straight into the Hotenjin. Fuzzama should be able to toss Dawn into the corner here with this combo.
If he might be able to kill off this, dude. Look at this. He's got full resources, 50 meter, big drop. He got the hit, it wasn't able to convert.
Doll coming down, hits it on Fuzzama. Do we have the combo? OD activation, let's see it. No, we cannot kill Fuzzama with that combo just yet, but now we're going to be having to recharge that doll, so we're going to recall that one, and Fuzzama taking that opportunity to rush right all the way in, but we have no more chains. Those chains are at 0. Red RC to extend this pressure. Dawn added a pixel of life, Fuzzama also had a pixel of life, and there it is, the anti-air from Dawn catches Fuzzama trying to come from above.
Oh my god, dude, the spaghetti in the last 10 seconds of that round almost gave me a heart attack, bro. We saw hit after hit after hit go unconverted for the round almost every time, but it is Don who's going to take the lead.
2-0, right?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, Don is up 2-0 right now. I apologize.
2-0, and this is so much different compared to that previous set. Remember, Fuzzama won that first 2, and now it is Dawn winning the first 2, but right now, we're switching it up. It's like first 3, we're still going to be rolling.
All right, here we go. Oh, yep, moving over the stance mix-up. Fuzz has got a lot of people with that, and it's going to be the Hotenjin extension again. We might see a perfect from Fuzz here. I don't think we're going to see the overdrive spend. Yeah, you're not going to build the meter either? No, just barely.
The scaling just a little bit too much towards the end.
Yo, you mashed 2A and still didn't catch the roll. I am astounded right now. And now you're going to have to do the throw setup. Was ready to block, and John just said, okay, you can't block this.
Fuzzama holding on to that burst, holding on to that OD until he needs it. He might be wanting it now. However, Dawn instantly locks him out with the OD. This might be the comeback of this tournament. Dual Spiders come through. Fuzzama, can you block this? No, we cannot.
No blocks on the table right here. You got to hold the burst at this point, too.
Dude,
like,
it's all per safe. The juggle, I'd never seen that before. But Dawn pulling up with that root to make sure that Fuzzama had no opportunity to escape.
And this is set point. Dawn, after losing 2-0 in winter side, is on the verge of 3-0ing Fuzzama in losers finals. And that is a great way to start. Okay, there's the setup side switch. Has to block everything out. Does not block the air dash overhead. And this is not a good spot for Hazama. Still holding on to this burst. And from what we've seen, yeah, you want to hold that for overdrive. No! No, not off that hit. You got to spend it there. You got to get out of dodge. Brother.
Oh.
Salty, I'm tripping, bro.
Oh my God, Fuzzama running in, there it is, finding the hit with the scan slow, coming in, there it is, popping him up, there's the juggle to the other side, drag him on the ground, and now Fuzzama trying to rush in, but that's going to be the counter assault, getting Fuzzama off and Dawn blocking the 6A.
Oh.
That would have been huge if we were able to get that attention, but we will not have it. Fuzzama's going to be getting a different confirm of his own 100-meter on the table. Might we want to save those resources for this incoming mix here to stay as safe as possible. We're going to find the blue beat there as Dawn tries to escape, but that's going to be the command grab coming through with the super, and Dawn is not going to be able to escape this one.
Are seated at the end just for good measure, just to really make sure, hey, I am not dropping this. I need to break this momentum now. Dawn is still on set point, and Fuzzama is now without burst.
Yeah, still one more round to go. Dawn probably taking notes from that Excalibur matchup with the way he is covering Fuzzama's air approaches with the doll from behind.
Beautiful.
Trying to set out the doll once again, but Fuzzama going to catch Dawn before that doll ends up coming out.
I really like the chain usage to counter hit Relius as the doll's coming out, so you can't really get anything off of it, and none of that is going to matter. We are back in the blender. The sandwich setup. Oh my goodness, blocks the 6A.
And OD, you're going to have to continue blocking this sequence. Fuzzama trying to escape, but dropping right back into the sandwich, into the abyss that is this pressure. OD into the super here. That's going to be a massive confirm here as we're going to be able to recover all this doll gauge towards the end of this combo, using the doll for the ender right here as a run out with the 2A meaty.
One more sequence, and this might be it. Has to spend the burst right there. Dawn is going to build 50 meter off this next hit and will absolutely be able to kill any hit.
Look at the way he was using that to cover Fuzzama's approach. He knew he was going to come at some point. He did 1, 2, 3 times in a row, and it ended up working out here as Fuzzama went right into it. Dawn taking it over Fuzzama with the run back. Father's Day here at CEO 15 here in Orlando, Florida. We're starting off with grand finals here for Blazblue Centralfiction. Dawn on the loser side with the Relius, xcaliburbladez on the winner side with the Carl.
Now, before we start this out, yo, happy Father's Day to all the fathers here at CEO and ones watching at home. Happy Father's Day to my old man. I don't know if you're still tuning in, but hope to see you soon. And this is it right here, Grand Finals CEO 2025. We have at minimum at least one more game for y'all. Let's see it right here. xcaliburbladez already contending against the doll pressure from Relius. There's the throw, no tech. We're going to the corner. No, spends the early burst.
Yeah, denying that advantage from Dawn early on. Dawn running in with that air dash to find an overhead on xcaliburbladez, opening him up, and this is a monumental lead to have in this first round here. We're going to have full doll gauge, so we're going to pop it right there for that ender, keeping xcaliburbladez locked in the corner as we take turns with the doll here. xcaliburbladez not able to get out, opened up with the overhead. This is a textbook here for Dawn. We have active flow and going to be using that mirror right there to open xcaliburbladez one last time, taking that first round and then starting off this momentum in a blitz. Yeah, with a perfect, right.
Perfect. That sends a message, if nothing else, right here. Dawn was able to hold the burst too, which is going to make a massive difference in this matchup, especially if he starts to lose the momentum here. Right now, this dude's move. I always underestimate this dude's movement. It is very good. And very good almost feels like an understatement after what we've seen the past couple games.
And this matchup can be a little bit tricky here for Carl to deal with because as Dawn, you're setting up these dolls, and that doll's kind of like being that wall that's eating the hits of the other doll. So it kind of feels like you're playing chess, and then you're running in and just swinging hands, and Oh, but
My
speaking of swinging hands,
Yep.
there's the nails coming out, catching Dawn, and now the doll is dead for now at least. Super as a reversal, and Dawn is able to reverse that situation, giving Excalibur a new home here in the corner instead.
Doll's back for Carl, though. You got to be very careful about the setup. There's the overdrive, counter assault, and of course this is Carl. He gets a combo off counter assault. Don't get it twisted. This character's really good.
Keep this combo going. A new mix-up is imminent. There's the counter assault, perfectly timed from Dawn to blow right through that offense from Excalibur Blaze. Using that doll right there. I like that because that also would have covered any attempt to set up the orb as well from full screen, and that would have hit the doll instead. And there's the orb finally coming through. Dawn going to jump it out, but has to hold that doll coming in from the other side, locking him down. Doll of his own is going to be pushing out. We got to start differentiating these dolls because you don't even know which one I'm talking about. Nirvana is the name of Carl's doll, so we're going to go with that. Relius' doll, Nirvana. Here we go. I don't know what Relius is.
Yeah, I have no idea. There's the purple one, and there's
the wife and the sister.
The wife and the sister.
We got the whole family right here.
Oh goodness! Man, this is one messed up family. Let me assure you. I don't know the lore, but I don't need to.
All right, 2A coming through. Just establishing the stagger pressure right here. Doll is not active for Dawn, looking to recover that gauge, and I love that air throw.
Oh
Baby
no!
At the first. Horrible timing there for Excalibur Blaze as Dawn is going to be getting this advantage right here. Doll still right behind, but Excalibur Blaze has yet to have an ability to proc it, and this might be it here as we're not able to get burst back in time. Dawn with another perfect takes his first win here into this first game. 1 point over Excalibur Blaze, and you know what? If there was any doubt in your mind that Dawn could take this tournament, it should be cleared by this point. We're just going to be here having a great match of a Blazblue here between Excalibur Blaze and a Dawn. We are both on even footing here, despite Dawn coming from the loser side.
It's all gravy from here on out, bro. This is just a treat at this point for all of us watching from here at CEO and at home. And right now, Dawn is really doing his best to prove that he's the best puppet character player in the building. But right now, it's going to be the Carl show. Excalibur Blades popping the overdrive for the extra damage. And the meter gain, of course. Here we go. What's the setup going to be? It's the empty jump low. Forces the burst out of Dawn.
Oh, I like the spec on Excalibur Blaze, recognizing the spike coming from full screen. You don't see that option very often, but Dawn trying to check. Excalibur Blaze trying to proc his doll from that distance. Okay. The wife is now not active anymore. Excalibur Blaze, Nirvana, the clap combos. Let's go!
There it is. All right. And that is the stabilization that I want to see from Excalibur Blades. This dude, as we saw in all of Winners, this dude has a very solid adjustment game. And I don't, whoa! Oh my goodness, massive whiff of the 2C there from Dawn, and Excalibur Blades should be, yeah, I was going to say, gonna get the side switch here. And here's the setup. Smoked by the overhead. Meaty overhead is just going to do you sometimes. Burst is back.
All right.
Spends it instantly.
Yeah, spending the burst on the mix-up instead of the combo. But now you're going to be locked in the combo and no burst to get out of it here. No second chances. Excalibur Blaze is going to be taking this one. And that is it. A very clean response to Dawn.
With a perfect.
With a perfect,
right back at you, brother.
We're going to be seeing a lot of this, you know. You're playing a single-player game. Well, I guess like a two-player game if you really want to like.
They're taking turns on the controller. They're handing each other the controller.
No, we're playing BB Tag right now.
That's crazy. I don't know if I'm going to co-sign that.
We got the assist here. We got, you know, clap is just 4P. You know,
maybe
nails is just 5P. Oh, no. I'm going to get blown up for that in the chat right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, CF heads are going to come after you for that one, brother. Oh, my goodness.
We're playing Marvel Tokon early, y'all.
That's crazy. Oh, my goodness. Sans 2 assists, I suppose. Excalibur Blades off to another pretty good start here. 70 seconds on the board, and we're only seeing our first hits now. You are so much movement in this matchup. Ooh, Air Unblockable did not barrier that hit. And now Dawn
late through the orb.
Right through the orb, absolutely. Overdrive activation.
Oh, that was so smart. And
that was expensive.
Oh, no.
What? From downtown. Oh, my goodness. Excalibur Blades covered by the orb. That was an evil sandwich setup.
Why does Carl just get like
sick, bro?
Why does he get 9 amethysts just like that?
Does your character not get setups like that? What?
I'm not saying she doesn't, but all right, Dawn. Okay, locking him down, going for the blue combo right here. Yeah, blue beads off of that air throw. Oh, run up throw once again, trying to proc the doll. There's the doll proc once again, except Dawn's going to be just out of range of that orb as he goes right behind.
We're starting to see the adjustment from Dom, starting to play around the orb as well as the sister right here, starting to get these 5A checks where they need.
Wait, hold on, that orb got eaten by the doll in between Excalibur Blades and Nirvana.
Yeah, that could have been much
worse.
Wait,
we have 4 seconds. Wait, we're going for a timeout. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock.
Oh my
Excalibur Blades playing for the timeout and ends up taking it just barely here.
That's crazy, bro. I was not looking at the time at all. These rounds have been going by so fast. We haven't needed to be perfectly honest.
I don't know if we've been going by so fast, y'all. We're over here for Blazblue top 8, but this was all about y'all. We're here in the long run, and now Dawn is going to be probably that OD early on here, trying to take full advantage of this doll pressure. Keeping Excalibur Blades locked down for as long as possible. One anti-air reaching Excalibur Blades from that backdashing. Yeah, the conversion, top notch.
That was clean, bro. Empty jump throw. Excalibur Blades has teched almost every single one of those so far.
Okay, the summon Nirvana to the corner.
Oh my goodness, I love Excalibur Blades routing, able to get the side switch at almost every turn, and is finally going to open up Dawn once again. Active flow damage, but we're out. Raw super to hit. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dawn can now get started. And I don't think Doll for Carl isn't really going to be doing too much here. Okay, yeah, tries to get set up, but Dawn just continues to pressure Nirvana from full screen just like that. You gotta worry about the orb, but here it's coming. And yeah, Dawn is just gonna jump right on over.
Yeah, here it is.
You gotta be really cognizant of the sound cues, be able to recognize when that orb is coming from the other side of the screen. Excalibur Blades with full resources, and there it is, the combo of the counter assault, straight into the nails.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do it. Yeah, cash out with the Super. Excalibur Blade's going to take game 3. Only needs one more to seal out this tournament.
Yeah, and we didn't get to see it so often from, we didn't see it so much from Dawn before, because Dawn was jumping a lot of these orbs, but I remember that one time we went for that lead lay. That was actually kind of smart too, because it kept Relius in a decent position where like you didn't give Excalibur Blade much room to move, and you're like still in like that grounded position right in front of Carl's face. So maybe we could see that a little bit more often. It's a little bit risky, right? Especially if you don't expect that orb to be coming. You kind of have to plan that ahead of time and weave that into your pressure. But when you can get that down, you can recognize the situation immediately like that, then it's going to be giving Dawn a lot of reward, I feel, in pressure at least. Excalibur Blades though running up, getting a blue beat combo of his own, little bit of damage, but you know, it's starting to add up over time as Dawn is below half health. And that 2C whiffing once again, an unfortunate anti-air whip. Dawn has been so clean with these, but I've seen so many unfortunate situations where Excalibur Blades is able to make it over that fence to the other side.
Scooped, brother. That is it. Excalibur Blades able to get the final hit here against Dawn is on tournament point.
You know, that first game really was just the download match here for Excalibur Blades, as now he has shut Dawn down, it feels like.
At almost every turn, and some of these doll setups, Dawn has been getting hit a lot more by just cleanly hit by the doll. Oh man, this Carl movement is kind of next level right now.
Nirvana going in here with the slashes, burst from Dawn. Now Dawn is able to get the doll of his own, but has to respect the orb from behind, has to respect the closets where we're seeing a lot of these lead lays weaved in, because we know Nirvana is trying to come from behind.
Carl has way too many good options for dealing with the wife here, brother. This is crazy. Oh, yeah, he's been doing that a little too much. Good reaction from Dawn. Should be going to the corner here. Nope,
looks like it.
Keep it in mid-screen. Yeah, just forcing him in. There's the counter assault. Not able to get the full combo this time.
Oh, no, yeah. The stop blocking right there towards the end, and now Dawn is getting thrown right into this combo. Beautiful play coming in from Excalibur Blades. We have 50 meter to have for this incoming mix-up here. One more mix-up, and Dawn is out of this tournament as the Excalibur Blades is almost about to win, but the throw comes through. Dawn finally representing that option. Excalibur Blades getting open straight up, but Dawn does not have enough to kill with this combo just yet. Like Excalibur Blades, one more interaction, and we are done. But Excalibur Blades still has the OD, is going to pop it right there on Wake Up, gets caught by the trails. This Dawn not close enough to convert off the 2C. The nails is going to send Dawn to full screen. We're trying to set the orb right there, but the dog going to eat it here for Dawn. Excalibur Blades and Dawn looking really even on health. Sets up the duos. Bios.
Incredible. Able to tank the whole thing. There's no way, dude. xcaliburbladez is actually too sick with it.
100 meter for xcaliburbladez running right in. Here we go, and there's the orb. xcaliburbladez with a 3-1 finish takes it, denying Dawn the reset.
And here we are. This is your Blazblue Centralfiction top 8. In 7th place, we have Serpent. Kagura hero, by the way, always good to see. Also, here in 7th place, we have DGF. And of course, this isn't a Florida tournament without Florida Zone. We got Quetzalgoatl. One of the OGs representing one of the last standing Rachels. Please put your hands together for Maigo. And of course, one of the most entertaining bang players still left in the game. Can I hear a big one for Killakobes? All right, 3rd place is Fuzzama. All right, running it all the way back with the Relius. 2nd place, we have Dawn. And of course, making his return to the big stage. Kenny, I have you give it up for your champion, xcaliburbladez.
Everyone give it up for your top 8 Blazblue Centralfiction. Top 8 here. One more time, y'all. Can we hear it?
Yeah, one more time, gang. Hold it up high. You earned it. You earned it.